To the show you didn't know you can't live without. Drew and KB broadcasting from the Iron Jock studio inside the iHeart Milwaukee Megaplex on this now overcast and drizzly,
rainy
Tuesday. I'm Drew Olson, and I'm joined by KB.
What is going on, brother man?
Well, we got Hunter Baumgart back after an extended holiday weekend. Welcome back, Hunter.
Hey, thank you. Good to be back.
Hunter is helping us with the pushing all the buttons and keeping us on the air, keeping us between the ditches. And he's also monitoring the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line, which is your way to get a hold of us, 877-794-1973. And not only was it a long holiday weekend for Hunter, it was a busman's holiday. Hunter, are you familiar with that term?
Ooh, please explain.
The busman's holiday?
Yes.
Well, for you, that would be on a night off going to a Brewers game.
Yes, you're right.
That's
did
what you
happen.
did. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's a vacation or form of recreation that involves doing the same thing that you do at work.
That pretty much explains it.
I guarantee you.
A little shorter, not as long of a day.
I guarantee you on my vacations, I don't talk for 3 hours straight.
Oh, I don't talk at all. The term originated in the UK in the late 19th century when bus drivers would often spend their days off riding on buses, thus engaging in a familiar activity related to their work. That's where it came from.
Wow.
Old-timey saying, but it applies. But you picked a good game to go to, Hunter.
It's a blast.
Roof
Absolute
open,
blast.
nice night. Very pleasant, right?
Yeah, not too hot. Did a little tailgating. It was fantastic.
Oh, baby, tailgating and everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? We should do a media tailgate at some point. You know, not that the food in the press room is actually pretty good.
Great.
Going back to the early days of American Family Field when they had the Ham Hock Rebellion led by Tom Hardecourt. Food wasn't great. They were in a bit of a slump. And one night they had ham hocks, and Hardecourt was like, oh, man. He led the revolt, and
ham hocks aren't bad. I just wouldn't have them in that situation.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess on their own, but how often do you get a hankering for a ham hock? And like that was like,
pretty much never.
Never, exactly.
I don't think I've said honey.
But we should lay at some point. We should maybe set up on the South Dock and have the media, like all of our friends over there. I know they do that. The TV crew does it, but why not the print hacks and the radio guys?
Why not?
Well, what's stopping us?
The radio guys?
Well, probably there's probably some regulations and stuff that we'd probably get.
Well, yeah.
The first grill that was set up, we'd be told to leave, and you can't do that. You guys are out of line. But it would be a fun idea. But Hunter got to see himself a ball game. How about that? Unexpected to see the crew busted open
right away.
Inning. And unexpected, although if you listen to this show, you're a smart, good-looking listener. You're smarter just for listening to this show. And what did we say yesterday? Andrew Vaughn, like, hey, change of scenery guy, plug and play. He's got big league experience. Rhys Hoskins out. You bring in the guy you just traded for who was doing okay at Nashville. And he launches a 3-run homer to kind of set the tone as the Brewers knock a starter out. When's the last time the Brewers knocked a starter out in the first inning?
In the first inning? They got into someone big early this year, didn't they, Hunter?
Hunter's efforting. He's going through his mental Rolodex.
Well, Philly was one.
Yeah.
Where they got on someone early.
Hunter's going through the mental Rolodex right now.
Yeah. Is that a chat GPT?
Yeah. Yamamoto had, he pitched 2/3 of an inning. They ran it up on him. He walked 2 guys, 4 hits, gave up 5 runs, 3 earned because of an error. But the big blow was the Vaughn homer.
So once again,
and
a Yamamoto awakens a sleeping giant.
There you go. Freddie Peralta pitched great. Brewers up 5. He was spotted 5 runs. You give Freddie 5 runs after he's navigated the first inning, which has been a bugaboo for him. And Freddie goes 6 strong. Shutout frames with a walk and 7 strikeouts, sprinkling 5 hits around. And Freddie was really good. And, everything about last night was great. In order to win a series, Tom Hardecourt told us, win the damn first game. Makes it a lot easier. Now you got to get one of the next 2. You got Mizorowski against Kershaw tonight, which is an epic matchup we'll be talking about when Bill Schroeder joins us about an hour from right now.
And what was my take home yesterday? I said, I have an inkling they are going to win this series.
No, as they say, a lot of ball game left, but you're on track. They only got to win one of the next 2. And my takeaway from that, like the Vaughn thing reminded me, and that was great. And that might be his only moment as a Brewer, right? But that was a moment. first Brewer to homer in his first at bat with the club since
Gabe Gross.
I knew you'd know that. You weren't even. Did they announce that or something, or was it on the scoreboard? But
It was part of the post-game notes.
post-game notes, and it's in the pregame notes. Yeah,
You still
since
got the notes?
2006.
When you weren't working and you still got the
Oh, he
post game
listened to
notes.
all
It's an
the
automatic
audio.
email. You
Okay,
bet.
yeah, I know. I get them too.
He looked at. He listened to all the audio and stuff. Hunter's a geek, man. He's a baseball nerd. But we were talking about this earlier, and when the Brewers were scuffling, like win 1, lose 2, win 2, lose 2, like when they were in that mode earlier, like May-ish, right? We were talking about how they weren't having those moments. And then Yelich got hot, and then that walk-off grand slam was a moment. And when you're a good team and you're having a special season, and I think for the Brewers, let me lay this out at the outset, even though it feels like their birthright, I think if the Brewers make the playoffs this season, it qualifies as a special season. Just getting in, like, oh, you're going to settle for that. When are you going to have a championship? No, I think for this group, especially with the injuries they had, like the unprecedented injuries they were navigating earlier, they make the playoffs this year, whether it's a wild card or the division. That's a special season. But if you have special seasons, you have moments that stand out. And that Vaughn homer on a nice night in front of a big crowd on a Monday night, coming off an uplifting trip, coming off the Woodruff game, that is one of those moments, right? That's a guy in his first at bat with the Brewers, called up for Rhys Hoskins' injury. Boom, home run, 3-run homer. You blow the game open, and they actually kept it there, even though that 9-1. There were still some people were nervous in the back end of the game. I wasn't really, but in the 8th and 9th, no, I wasn't. But that qualifies to me as a moment, and so last night was a moment. Now what you need is more of those, right? The Woodruff game, that's a moment. The Yelich walk-off home run, the grand slam, that's a moment. They've had a couple of walk-offs at home. The more it's in order to have a special team, you collect those, and you have more of those than not, right? Mm-hmm. More of those for you than against you, and that to me qualified. But it also made me think. Look at that. One swing, you swung the game, you blew the game open with that 3-run homer in the first inning. And I was telling our buddy Billy Schmid from the 9 to Noon program with No BS with him and Armin. I was telling Billy in the locker room before, like, I just couldn't get over the fact, like, home runs play. And the Brewers don't hit a lot of home runs compared to the rest of the league.
Mm-hmm.
They have excelled at, and they have cornered the market on small market rallies. Hit by pitch, stolen base, get him over the ground ball, sac fly, and then that's how they score. That's their MO, and it's working for them, and they have guys that can do it. But damn, isn't it nice to see one swing flip a game like that?
It is. And
if you can get a guy at the deadline who can do that consistently, you could be off to the races.
And I'll see if I can find the text, but it was our buddy Bears fan Bob. When the trade went down, he said, you guys are going to end up on the better end of this. And he said Vaughn was a good player. He just wasn't a good fit in Chicago.
Yeah, he got stale there for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. So we got that going for us.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. It's not like he's some stiff. His numbers in Chicago were not great, right? But he's a Golden Spikes winner, like the college player of the year, the college baseball Heisman, and he was a first-round draft pick. And so it's not,
it's not like he's a sled.
He's 27 years old, which is, we've said, in science, especially in baseball, that's when athletes hit their peak.
Could be coming into his own right now.
And he's got, big league experience. So his first game as an active member of the Brewers, after 3 weeks in AAA, or not even 3 weeks in AAA, he hits a 3-run bomb. And so, yes, change of scenery. That was good. The Brewers have had great luck with pitchers joining the team and flipping their fortunes and contributing. But it's nice to see a position guy in that, Now, is he the answer? Will he be the first baseman moving forward? Will we look at this as his acquisition as a turning point? Well, I'll pump the brakes on that. Yeah, I'm going to have to see more than just the one significant moment. But it was a moment, and I was digging it. And but it did drive home to me, oh, man, having a little more thump. What else is this team missing? Right? They play good defense. They run the bases well. They had good pitching. They had good starting pitching, and it's getting better if Woody pitches the way he did. And he's really good.
Bullpen is pretty solid.
Although, high usage. They got some high usage guys that you worry about fading a little bit. it'd be nice to get a little bit fortify. I think every team, no matter who you are, can at the deadline can benefit from picking up a quality bullpen arm, and the Brewers are probably in that. So, what would you do? There's rumors that the Brewers, ESPN threw out some ridiculous proposal about them getting Acuna from the Braves. I don't think that's and it was for like what Frelick, Made,
no
Pena,
no.
It was Uribe.
No.
It was like 5 guys.
Yeah,
to get
it was
Acuna.
Pena, Made,
We're just going
Frelick, Henderson, Uribe.
Yeah, we're not even going to
your foundation for the next decade, basically.
Oh yeah, you'd be giving them. Yeah, there's just
we're not even going to.
No,
we're not going to continue to even talk about.
But
this.
Acuna,
so
though,
ridiculous.
Acuna not at that price, but Acuna would be an intriguing guy because
For sure.
I mean
he would be
great,
but
player.
He's not worth that.
He's a great player, and he's cheaper than Willie Adames was.
Would you do Made for Acuna straight up?
Ooh, I'd have to think about. Yeah, I might.
Right?
That's the kind
Acuna's
of deal where
a commodity,
a commodity who's like an all-star, MVP
I would
type. Yeah.
See, I need to get a little closer to the trading deadline before I jump on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
we need a couple weeks.
Yeah,
sure.
But again, it's like, what do the Brewers need if you're shopping? If you're Matt Arnold, what's at the top of your list? Bullpen arm and a bat, a good bat, like a corner infield bat with some thump. Or if you can get it from shortstop, you take it there too. Shortstop, third base, maybe first base. I know people they love Suarez. Billy Schmidt loves him some Nolan Arenado and thinks he'd help. I don't know if he has the thump anymore.
he's a little older. But there's nothing wrong with adding a guy like that who's ring chasing and can be a steadying guy in the clubhouse and would instantly fit. And you know enough about Arenado to know that class act. And the way Murph was gushing over him at the at-bat that he had recently in a game the Cardinals came back to win, like that was right. Mm-hmm.
Hunter, you were at that game, right? When Arenado hit, was it like a 12 pitch at bat against?
I think so.
McGill?
Yeah,
it was epic. So yeah, it's tantalizing to think about it, but it was a great night for the Brewers, and tonight promises to be at the outset. A lot of times in sports, when you expect something to be great, it's not. Mizrachi Kershaw, you got the Hall of Famer who's on his way out against the kid who is trying to bounce back from his first rough outing, but the kid who's electrified not just Milwaukee but all of the baseball establishment with his stuff. Great matchup on paper. We'll see how it plays on the field. We thought yesterday would be a great pitching matchup, but the Brewers made it a lopsided affair and chased the guy before the first inning.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. I'm okay with that.
I don't know. Mike Heller was talking about there were folks who were mad. Like, what am I going to do with the rest of my night now? The Brewers are up 5-0. Like,
well, you're going to watch them go up. What the hell?
Of course. I heard them just spinning through that. I'm like, oh, why are you taking your cues from the idiots on social media who are complaining that the Brewers are up by too much, making the game less compelling?
Isn't that great? Well,
I don't know. I don't think many Cubs fans turned off that 11-0 victory Saturday. At Wrigley Sunday night. Right?
And I tell you,
against the hated Cardinals.
Okay, you go up 5-0 against the Rays. Go out and cut the lawn. You go up 5-0 against the Dodgers. I want to see how this is going to end.
Well, yeah, because the Dodgers can come back
at any given time.
Time.
That's one of those. They go 5-0 in the first inning, and you go, this is over. And then you go out, and maybe you go get ice cream. All right, you take a nice little stroll, and then you come back, and all of a sudden it's 7-5. Mm-hmm. And you go, what the hell? No, I rode that all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Especially, and especially when you can watch the Dodgers not come back no matter how much they tried.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't get back. I love that. And you should too as a fan.
Absolutely.
Don't be an idiot.
All right, so can we declare Hunter, if you would? Hunter is our Siri on the show because he looks stuff up for us. Hunter, what has Aaron Savali done with the White Sox?
Ooh, I was just thinking about that yesterday as Vaughn was making his highly anticipated Brewers debut.
Yeah.
Let me see here. His last outing was against the Dodgers, and he gave up 5 runs.
Oh, well, again, there's no shame in that. But the White Sox are currently, they are 31 games under 500. They're 30-61, which is like they're on pace to improve from last year, and they're not as bad as the Rockies, who we've talked about. Rockies are 21-70 today, by the way.
So he's made 4 starts. His first one, he gave up 2 earned runs in 5 innings. All right. The next one, he went 7 innings, but he gave up 5 earned runs and 9 hits. But he went 7 innings against Toronto. And then he went 4 innings, gave up a run against the Giants, and then last outing 5 innings and 2 earned runs against the Dodgers, but 5.
He's on a brutal team, but he might be.
He's all right.
He might be like Hoover, like Robert Hoover, the head of the Delta Pledge class. He might be the best looking guy in their rotation. I'm not paying any attention. I have no idea. But
4.29 ERA.
4.29 ERA on a bad team. Middling results.
0-3.
0-3, but that they suck.
Yeah.
But I think based on last night, we can declare that the Brewers won the trade. It's not hot take hump day, but the Brewers have won the trade because if nothing else, Vaughn helped them, catapulted them to a victory over the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And
he can go now.
Yeah, they can send him down, and I'll take that night against whatever Savali. Savali could pitch like back-to-back no-hitters, and I would still probably say that the Brewers won the trade.
There we go.
Unfortunately, it sounds like Rhys Hoskins is going to be out till mid to late August.
Well, see, now that's what's great because he can
Vaughn's
play first.
The guy that's going to be playing most of first base. So he's going to get an opportunity. You think about that too, and we've seen this in the past. The flip side of this is when the Brewers were bad and they would trade somebody. I'm trying to think of what player I used the line with. That might have been Tyler Houston. But I said somebody went from the sausage race to the pennant race. And now it's flipped. Like he's coming to the sausage race with the pennant race. And think about your energy as a player. And, not that guys on bad teams don't try and, but it is a different energy coming to the ballpark. As a home player playing in Milwaukee now, especially post Memorial Day when school's out and everything, the energy. Look at that last night, Monday. And God, I guess whoever it was that said they wish that game, the Woodruff game, had been at home. You just imagine if Woody's return had been at home, how emotional, how cool that would have been. It's going to be cool when he pitches Saturday. Getting ahead of ourselves there. But just the buzz in the ballpark. The Brewers have been hot lately. They're playing well. They had the Woody game that everybody was kind of dialed into and paying attention to, and then they come back and they're playing the Dodgers, who are a draw. Hunter, you were at the ballpark last night. I was watching at Stately Olson Manor. Did you see a lot of people in LA gear? Because they tend to draw.
Oh, yeah.
We talked to Marty Ronsky about that. LA fans show up, and
for sure.
Well,
absolutely.
They're kind of a America's team type thing because they had both coasts, right? The Brooklyn Dodgers. Yeah. So you got that
old school
grandfathers and things like that.
It's just something like LA is a huge market, and anytime the Lakers come to town, a lot of Lakers fans at a Bucks game. So much like that with the Dodgers. And now the Dodgers also draw Greek fans to show up on the road, right? So Dodgers will get that. So but the Dodgers have a devoted fan base. When they show up at a hotel at 2 a.m, there are people there. People are there to see the Dodgers show up. It's an event. So it's kind of like the Yankees and Dodgers and Cubs are their own kind of traveling circus. In the baseball circuit, and it's cool, and it's cool having them in your town. It's cool beating them, especially when you have your newly acquired, newly promoted first baseman deliver a blow like that. So that's what I was thinking as the game washed over last night. It's like, oh, home runs play, and especially when you get to the postseason and you're facing great teams with great pitching, those small market rallies that the Brewers have got crafted into a kind of a science. Those are hard to come. It's hard to get 4 hits in an inning.
I like those
in the postseason.
You're
facing great pitching and great relievers, and everybody's pitching at a high level. It's hard to scratch out multi-run innings without a big fly. You got to have home runs. Home runs play in the playoffs for sure, and you can still win without them. But man, it's harder. You need somebody to run into one once in a while, and so maybe Andrew Vaughn's that guy, and maybe that guy isn't even on the Brewers yet who can provide that. Yelich can hit some runs. It's, they just don't hit as many as a lot of other teams is what I'm saying. Keep them coming, 877-794-1973. Today is the day on the program that we'll spin through some buying or selling propositions. We will entertain those thanks to our buddies at Urchel Real Estate Group, Greg and his team. We'll do those starting in the next segment, and we'll carry those throughout the show. If you are inclined to hit us with something that we should be buying or selling, that's just, like it, launch it, love it, list it, buy or sell. We will entertain those. But everybody's feeling pretty good about the Brewers after last evening. And again, going into tonight. Now, last night on a Monday, the announced attendance was 35,000. That's a healthy turnout.
It is.
That speaks to the Dodgers, speaks to the way the Brewers have been playing for the last month.
Tonight, I anticipate will be bigger.
It could be. It should be.
It should be.
Mizorowski.
They didn't disappoint when Miz started his first game here.
We talked about that leading into it, right? If tonight was Quinn Priester against Kershaw, you should still get a bump because this is where, again,
it won't be as big.
This is where it's next level. And I remember there was when the Rockies came to town a couple of years ago, and it was Todd Helton's farewell tour. And you think, oh, Todd Helton, big deal. Oh, he's a really good player, great player of his generation for the Rockies. And the Brewers had a little pregame ceremony. They gave him some gifts and stuff. They wanted to like commemorate his last visit to Milwaukee. This could be Kershaw's last game pitching in Milwaukee. And he is one of, if not the best pitchers of his generation. He's definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer.
You would hope.
Just had his 3,000th strikeout, which is great.
Can't beat that.
So I would hope to see on a night like tonight, a spike in attendance of people just to see Kershaw. Like that's the next level of sports fandom to me, is like, okay, recognizing that and saying, oh, let's go to that game. Now tonight, obviously Miz is his own show, right? And that adds to it. So the sexiness of this matchup, but I like to think that there would have been a few thousand people there, or at least a couple hundred people that would recognize, oh yeah, Kershaw's pitching. Let's go see him.
Well, I mean,
especially if you've never seen him before.
I think that even if Mizorowski wasn't pitching against Skeens, attendance would have gotten a bump because people want to go see Paul Skeens.
Agreed.
And hopefully it's the shoes on the other foot when Mizorowski pitches in other cities.
No doubt. He's going to draw just like Skeens. I think there's no doubt. People are, provided he pitches well again. If he has another outing like he did against the Mets, maybe that's not going to be the case. But, hey, he's going to try to get back after it tonight. The other thing going in, we'll talk to Rock about this, about Miz, though. You watch his delivery and his mechanics, they seem like it seems pretty simple. It's almost like his delivery is almost elegant for a guy who's 6'7". But it made me think of like Randy Johnson was 6'10", and there have been some tall pitchers. KB, who's the tallest PGA Tour golfer to have success?
Oh, man.
Because some athletic endeavors, height is not an advantage.
I wouldn't even know. There were some guys that were tall, but I don't know.
I'm going to have to look into that.
Who the tallest would be. Here's the problem. When you get big, when you get tall, you get a wider swing arc, and there's more room for it to go wrong.
That's what I was thinking about, the pitching motion, the pitching mechanics and things like that. Like, Murph called him a baby giraffe. And more stuff could get out of whack. And just as with golf, hitting a golf ball at 140 miles an hour or whatever it is.
Well, if you're tall, it can make a big difference. You can get a lot more leverage and speed, but it also gives you more room to go wrong.
And that's what I was wondering about Mizorowski, because if it's just one little thing can be off, like your landing foot, your plant foot, or whatever it is, one little thing off could skew your mechanics and throw you into a tizzy. I'm wondering if he's more susceptible to that. That's a good question we will ask Bill Schroeder as we move forward. We are off and running, getting a little lather on this gray, cloudy outside the Megaplex Tuesday. But hey, it's going to be an exciting night at American Family Field. Last night was trying to make it 2 in a row, win the series, give yourself a chance to sweep the Dodgers. Oh.
Ooh.
I told you I had an inkling.
Huge. Yeah, KB had an inkling. We'll see if it comes true. When we come back, we're going to be buying or selling. Hit us up, 877-794-1973. Submit your buy or sell propositions to the NicoletLaw.com talking text line, and we'll have some fun with them. Glad you're hanging out with us this Tuesday. It's the middle of summer. Life is good. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Shout it out loud. Shout it out loud.
Get ready, Badgers football fans. This season will be here soon.
And that's picked off again by Wisconsin. It hit floated to him at the 46-yard line.
August 28th, the Badgers open at home against the Red Hawks of Miami.
He's going all the way. Touchdown, Wisconsin.
Listen to the Badgers all season right here, 97.3 The Game.
Most people think buying or selling their home, commercial lot, or vacant land is simple and easy. Those of us who have dabbled in real estate before know it's not always that straightforward. I hear plenty of stories of high-pressure situations, last-minute changes, and other curveballs, forcing people to make quick decisions without the expertise of a lawyer. That's why I'm sending all my friends and family to Greg Urchel Real Estate Group. Greg is a practicing real estate lawyer with a team of real estate experts to make your next real estate purchase, sale, or lease seamless. Whether it's for your own private home or your business, Greg Urchel Real Estate has you covered. Don't wait until it's too late. Get in touch with Urchel Real Estate.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch a game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
What's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. You're listening to 97.3 The Game, the #1 sports talk station in Milwaukee. For award-winning injury lawyers when you're injured, you call Nicolay Law or visit us at nicolaylaw.com. Get the beard, get the win.
Hey, it's Drew Olson, and I have to tell you, I could not be happier with our new 97.3 The Game broadcast studio built by Reamer Remodel. It has been a game changer. And thanks to the Reamer Remodel team, RIEMER remodel.com.
People can't stop screaming about Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza. And no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's frozen aisle and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian Holy Pepperoni Frozen Pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screaming is about.
Are kids better off in an intact family? You bet they are. This is Joe Cordell of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. Kids living in a household with married parents do better in school, they're emotionally healthier, and they're more likely to stay out of trouble with the law. If you're in a troubled marriage, of course you should do everything you can to save your marriage, if only for your kids' sake. This includes considering alternatives to divorce. Of course, in some circumstances, divorce is unavoidable. In either case, if you're a man facing a crisis in your marriage, let us help you at Cordell & Cordell. Remember, we're the partner men can count on.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives, which includes protecting men's financial means to do so. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Milwaukee attorneys, a partner men can count on. 414-977-3100. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. 111 East Kilbourne Avenue, Suite 1650, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202.
I want them gummy squares. I want them gummy squares. I want some sleepy with no more anxiety. I need them gummy squares. I need them gummy squares. I need my wife to find her happy place really soon. We have Delta 8 CBD and new Delta 9s. Go to happyplacehemp.com.
Happyplacehemp.com.
25% off with promo code DrewKB. Happyplacehemp.com.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, Spruce, Spruce.
It's Spruce, the new hard-working, worry-free weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people and pets. When used as directed, spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Weeds die by the next day. Find Spruce wherever weed killers are sold.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
And what a spot for Andrew Vaughn to make his Brewers debut at the plate. Vaughn came to the Brewers from the White Sox in the Savali trade. And Vaughn sends it way back, And welcome to Milwaukee. How about that, Andrew Vaughn? Looking good in that Brewer uni. And Vaughn with a three-pointer into the bullpen.
Oh, and a moment from last night at American Family Field. Thanks to FanDuel Sports. And Brian Anderson, his partner Bill Schroeder, will join us just after 4 o'clock on the program. Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studios, built by Reamer Remodel. Hunter is monitoring the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line 877-794-1973. Anybody else, when you heard Welcome to Milwaukee, you thought of the Welcome to Miami song? Was that a Will Smith song?
Oh, yeah.
I kind of thought of that last
I've
night.
used that for the Dolphins Chalice of Tears.
Yes, there you go. Oh, man. Can't wait till we get the Chalice of Tears, one of the highlights of football season. Mondays after Packers victories, drinking from the chalice of a vanquished foe's tears. Oh, nothing better than that. Except maybe on Tuesdays when we get to play Buying or Selling, presented by Urchel Real Estate Group. Greg Urchel is a friend of the program. He runs a truly full-service real estate practice. He is a lawyer, and he has a team of experts to help you through no matter anything related to real estate. If you're buying or selling a home, developing land, leasing a commercial property, on either end, whether you're going to be renting it or whether you're going to be leasing it, they can help you avoid all the potholes and rakes that you can step on. And check them out at urchelrealestate.com, ERCHULL realestate.com. Buying or selling, I will begin with a lot of people buying today. KB, Hunter, smart, good-looking listeners, statewide, worldwide. Are you buying or selling Amazon Prime Day, which is now Days? It's going on right now, and a lot of folks are wasting time at work.
I have not been on the Amazon site to see what is happening with Amazon Prime Days. So, but, Amazon, you got to be, I'm just saying personally, Amazon, is, man, that sneaks up on you. That's what I figured out is that the whole only $20. Boy, that adds up on you.
Oh,
before you know
sounds like you're a
it.
seller. Hunter, you buying or selling Prime Day? Will you even, Hunter's so busy all the time. Will you even surf it? Will you even look around, see if you need something for the Fortress of Solitude?
I probably should, but will I? Probably not by the deadline. I saw the
4
email.
days.
That's true. That's
8th today through the 11th.
It's Amazon Prime Week.
Oh,
basically, yeah.
Okay. Well, now that you've enlightened me to the length of time that Prime Day will be available to me, I might.
Are you an Amazon Prime member? I should ask first. Well, then you don't.
So then I can't get any perks.
Well, then it doesn't really.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, you kind of got to have the Prime membership. I mean, you never ordered something
That
and
would
needed
make
it,
sense.
needed it immediately or like overnight or within 2 days. That's
I've
the
done
whole
it once
appeal
or
of Prime.
twice.
That's the whole idea. Can't believe you're not on your parents' account, Hunter.
I guess I should be.
I suppose you should recuse. Well, people can weigh in on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line 877-794-1973. I always shop, but I have restraint and I seldom buy it. Now, this will spin into my next one of buying or selling. But I'm also like, you see these markdowns. I have a feeling we're getting scammed. Bezos and company and these people. It's like, okay, you can get this for $120 and it's normally $299. Well, when was ever $299? Like last week, you could have got it for $150. So the markdowns that they cite, I think, are inflated to make you think you're getting a better deal than you are.
I don't think anything has ever sold.
No.
Full retail.
No. That said, the one thing I'd be looking right now are the wireless earbud / AirPods. And I've had bad luck in the last year. I've been walking the dog or working out or something, and all of a sudden there's one missing and it's gone. Because I have small ear holes and I can never find the right size. So are you buying or selling? Are you buying or selling? Then my notion that I should probably go back to the wired earphones of yesteryear.
No, you just need
when I don't lose them.
No, you just need stuff that fits. And the AirPods I have, but those are horrible when it comes to staying in your ear. Now, you know who's got good ones that to stay in the ear that are not wired is Koss. And they're like $50.
Are they? Okay. Well, maybe there'll be a Prime deal.
Cost is really
you know what
good.
I'm saying? I've now lost 2, and I'm like, why do I keep replacing these? I'm looking at replacing them.
Well,
now.
don't you use your phone to find mine?
Now I have.
Don't you use
one.
Find My?
Yeah, but I mean, it's in the grass somewhere. It's like a good
Well, yeah,
luck.
but
I've
you
been
can
trying to. Yeah,
you could go find them. It wouldn't be the first time I've dug through the grass looking for them. That's why
it's gone.
I don't wear them. I have
I'm
other
on a
ones.
3-mile walk with the dog. I got next to no chance. Plus, someone could pick it up. Who knows?
Okay.
Or
It
the
falls out
batteries
without
could
you
die.
noticing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It falls out without me
Really?
noticing. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
I've
And
had
now
them
you
fall
can get by with just one, and I see people do that for traffic awareness and stuff, especially if they're noise canceling. You don't want to be completely oblivious. But I was thinking life might have been better when we actually had the wires. Maybe it's just me. Textures can weigh in.
Life was better with wired headphones. There you go.
Buy or sell.
Uh-huh.
Buy or sell. It was for me. So it was a lot cheaper. That's for sure.
Oh yeah. AirPods are not cheap.
Yes. All right. Are you buying or selling with the Dodgers in town? Are you buying or selling the notion you mentioned before? They're kind of America's team. You buying or selling that the Dodgers brand and their vibe, everything, uniforms, everything is cooler and more prestigious than the Yankees. They're both regal and they're both opposite ends. You got Yankees, different blues, even the colors schemes. Are you buying or selling that the Dodgers have a better brand than the Yankees? And I'm talking history, everything about it.
I'm going to sell.
You're selling.
Yeah, I think the Yankees are they're the gold standard, but Dodgers are Dodgers are close. As we've said, there are certain uniforms that should never be changed, never be messed with. The Orioles logo, the Orioles, that should never be changed. The Orioles home uniforms, which should never be changed, are the Yankees homes. Detroit Tigers should never be changed. Dodgers never be changed. I do not like seeing the Red Sox homes with the red, piping. That should never be changed. I don't. In fact, when the Yankees or the Dodgers or any of those teams where city connects, I just feel like saying, "Stop it!
Mm-hmm.
Go put on your regular uniforms. You do not get an alternate." I don't think the Yankees have one. I think they resisted, or they may have just gotten one,
or if they throw it back. Hunter, what say you?
I am selling. I would agree with KB that the Yankees are still that classic team in that classic uniform. Just a smidge more than the Dodgers.
But so are the Dodgers.
They are.
They
history.
are. But man, it's close though. It's almost personal preference. The pinstripes are cool, but in terms of the ballparks, the new Yankee Stadium, I'll take Dodger Stadium over the new Yankee Stadium. Dodger Stadium is just classic. It's just the weather's always perfect. It just
really? You think you like Chavez Ravine better than Yankee Stadium?
Than the new Yankee Stadium. The old Yankee Stadium,
the old Yankee Stadium is untouchable.
The old Yankee Stadium was incredible.
Yeah,
but I like it more.
I would
like Dodger Stadium more than just the vibe of it. All right. Buying or selling? We're talking about the Brewers. Hunter was on the conference call earlier today with Ryan Braun and Carlos Gomez. You buying or selling this sinking notion that I have that the idea of the Brewers alumni home run derby might be better than the actual home run derby itself?
I might be buying that.
I think it's going to be fun.
It'll be
for
fun
a while, but
yeah, it's going to be fun. But yeah, I think it has. It is going to be a lot of fun, but I don't know if it. Yeah. I think after a while,
as fun as we think, they got a 3:00 afternoon game on a Friday against the Marlins, and then the home run derby, the alumni home run derby. I don't know.
Here we go.
I don't know. Buying or selling that?
Yeah. No, it's I'm
a good
buying
idea
that.
in theory. I think it's going to be fun. It'll be laughs, but as a spectator event, will people ail it? Will people leave during it? I don't know.
This is it would be what we refer to as the Frank Stallone effect. Telling people you hung out with Frank Stallone is a lot better than hanging out with Frank Stallone.
Not bad. Hunter, what say you?
I'm going to sell it. I don't know what to expect, so it's hard to answer. But just from what they were saying this morning when we were talking to Braun and Gomez and how much the guys are kind of working towards this and getting back in the cage and taking some swings. And Braun's going to take some BP with LA or with the team in LA when they go to play the Dodgers week from this weekend. Gomez just did it in Miami when the Brewers were there over last weekend. And it sounds like there's some trash talk in there already. So I think this is going to be good. Also, Braun said the idea was raised of putting a fence a little closer than the outfield fence. And Braun said, absolutely no way. We cannot have that. We'd all rather get zeros rather than have a fence.
Rather than hit from the ladies' tees.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think it's going to be fun seeing those guys interact. And part of it, as it plays out, whether on TV or in the ballpark, with Eddie Cedar pitching, it's guaranteed it's going to be fun. I mean, the camaraderie and stuff, but the competition, the home run derby itself at the All-Star game, it's hard to make it through the whole thing, you know? So
I'd say it's
just background, you have it in, but this will be different. But the thing is, to me, yeah, you're right, KB. It's like, it's not a serious competition. It's just ball busting and fun. And the key guys, in addition to Ed Cedar throwing, if they bring back Marcus Hanel too, a batting practice pitcher extraordinaire, the key guys are going to be Levering and Grindle, who are hosting it on the field.
Yes.
They have to keep it going. And there's a lot of pressure on them to make the event really cool next level. Just saying.
Hey, I was just going to say something. Forget it.
All right, we'll move on. Buying or selling presented by Urchel Real Estate Group. Are you buying or selling? KB might have to recuse on this, but are you buying or selling that the Bucks will make another impact acquisition? They've been rumored to be interested in acquiring RJ Barrett. People are talking about them with Bradley Beal. The Chris Paul ship seems to have sailed, but will they go get another impact scorer with some of the flexibility that they have remaining? Is John Horst done cooking this offseason is what I'm saying.
I don't think so. But I wouldn't notice it.
I think he's got more moves coming. I think one of those moves would be significant and, kind of change the tide of the national narrative. Hunter, what say you?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's got one more move, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be, a lot of focus and a lot of attention is on them right now because of the flurry of moves last week. I don't think it's necessarily going to be right on our timeline. It might be a little while down the road, but it does kind of feel like Russell Westbrook might be that move.
That could be Brad Beal going to get bought out by the Suns, like play for the veteran minimum, perhaps. All right. I think John Horst has another move in him. I don't think they're done. That's just my take. But to your point, Hunter, I don't know when it's going to happen. And then my last one on my note card is, you buying or selling the Netflix quarterback series that's debuting or debuted their new look. It's season 2 of an in-depth look at quarterbacks with Joe Burrow and Mahomes. You buying or selling?
I never got to I never got through a lot of the first one. Then they did wide receivers, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm out once they do long snapper.
Hunter, what say you? I know you probably don't have the bandwidth during the baseball season to watch any of this.
Right. So I'm going to sell it right now. If it was Jordan Love, absolutely. So if it's a player that's, on my team, yeah, I'd be interested. But who is it? It's Mahomes, Goff, and what is it?
Mahomes, Goff, and Burrow.
Burrow. That's what it is.
Yeah, Mahomes, Goff, and Burrow.
Can't say I will.
All right. Well, we've opened the ante. Now we can spin through some more throughout the program today. Buying or selling presented by Urchel Real Estate.
I've got some.
Group. KB's got some. We're getting some from the talk and text line. Roy and River West sent us a good one. We will discuss as we move forward. It's a buy or sell Tuesday. Bill Schroeder is going to join us in about 20 minutes. Don't go anywhere. It's Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Her voice is strange, she says, baby, when it's 3 a.m. I must be lonely.
Right now, it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND. That's GRAND. Enter it now. Win cash at thegameandstuff.com. Thegameandstuff.com.
KB, is this the mother of all offers from Iron Jock?
You've got my attention.
Now through July 13th, when you buy $100 or more, your entire order will automatically be marked down 40%. Can't do $100 right now? No worries. Buy $50 or more, and you'll save 30%.
Over $100, 40%. Over $50, 30%. Got it.
There's no promo code. Just hit the threshold, and the savings are automatic.
Go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Now through July 13th. Another morning, another battle with the snooze button. You drag through your day, chugging coffee and energy drinks just to function, and by 4 o'clock, you're crashing hard. Workouts, skipped. Family time, you're just too tired.
Drew Wilson here to tell you that the hours between 6 and 10 o'clock at night should be yours to work out, play with the kids, and live your life, not just survive it. If low energy, bad sleep, and afternoon slumps are slowing you down, it's time to check your testosterone. As men get older, testosterone levels naturally decline. You might not notice it at first or even feel a difference at all, but it can impact your performance in the conference room at work, the weight room at the gym, and even the bedroom. When people ask, how are you doing? And you reply, fine, I guess. You need to set up an appointment with Game Day Men's Health and change that answer to awesome. At Game Day Men's Health, they make it simple. Fast T-level testing, effective in-office treatments. With multiple area locations, there's probably one near you. No waiting, no hassle, just real results. Don't waste another night on the couch. Take back your life with Game Day Men's Health. Book your free T-level test today at GameDayMen'sHealth.com and get back in the game.
At Pick and Save, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise on your ingredients with Simple Truth Baby Spring Mix or Roundy's Select Milk, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with Private Selection baguettes baked fresh in store. Hand it to Pick and Save shoppers. You never compromise. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
KB here. When Sue and I decided to paint the exterior of our home, the only call we made was to CertaPro Painters. They checked all our boxes. Professional, affordable, and they cared as much about how our home looks as we do. And right now, through July 31st, CertaPro Painters has a huge summer sales event going on. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business, go to CertaPro.com. That's CertaWithAC.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
This July, you could burn some major rubber on the custom Harley-Davidson of your dreams in the Fire Up Your Fantasy Motorcycle giveaway only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Hey, it's Billy Schmidt. The open road is calling your name, and your ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Just play with your reward card all July long for entries. Plus, Thursdays, there will be drawings for extra cash and reward play. It's the Fire Up Your Fantasy Motorcycle giveaway only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. For more info, go online to Potawatomi.com. Must be 21 years old and a rewards member to play.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
All right, Takis fans, Wendy's knows you love your Takis Fuego chips. So we thought, why not make a Takis Fuego meal with a Takis Fuego chicken sandwich with spicy chicken topped with crushed Takis Fuego chips and creamy corn spread. Plus, it comes with Fuego fries inspired by Takis and a bag of Takis Fuego chips. If we had any more heat, we might start an actual... I told him this would happen. For an intense new take on Takis chips, gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Includes 1 ounce Takis Fuego chips while supplies last. Takis and Fuego trademarks are used under license.
The Fox 6 weather experts are presented by AdventKnows.com.
Scattered showers and a few thunderstorms are possible this afternoon and evening with muggy highs in the low 80s, drying out tonight with lows in the 60s, then a mix of 70s and 80s Wednesday, Thursday. Rain returns Friday. I'm Fox 6 meteorologist Stephanie Barrichello.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Macy's Backstage is a whole new floor inside your Macy's store. And right now, you'll find the latest summer styles all for under $25. With new arrivals every day, you never know what amazing deals you'll find. So don't wait. Find a location at Macy'sBackstage.com.
Wake up, it's time to wake up. Zabe and Butch, weekday mornings after 6.
Now, let's all just laugh.
On the gang.
Get it started in here.
There goes Durbin. Pitches a little flare into right field, falling fast. It is down.
One run is in Terrain. It's an RBI single for Monasterio. 5 first-inning runs for the Brew Crew. And that's going to be it for Yamamoto. Dave Roberts is on his way to the mound to remove his all-star starter. With 2 outs in the first inning. What a start for the Brew Crew to this homestand.
Let's get it started.
Great night at the ballpark last night. Brewers win 9-1 in the opener against the Dodgers. Game 2 tonight, 6:40. Mizorowski against Kershaw. What more do you need? Must-see TV. Bill Schroeder will be on the call with Brian Anderson, who we just heard from FanDuel Sports. And Rock will join us about 10 minutes from now. Looking forward to that. 877-794-1973 gets you into the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. We're doing some buy or sell propositions presented by the Urchel Real Estate Group, ERCHULL realestate.com. KB, what do you got for us?
Buying or selling? Sell.
Buying.
It's
a good snack.
I like pistachios. A lot of people don't like it in the shell because the shell is quite strong.
You got to work for it a little bit, but it makes the payoff even better.
Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
we'll do another food thing. Buying or selling margarita pizza?
Buying. Like it.
Only if it's
I'll buy
Peps.
it.
It's a good change up.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's got to be 3 good.
It's a change of pace from, but it's, it won't ever replace the actual, pepperoni, sausage, mushroom, onion, that thing, but it's a good change up.
Okay. How about this one? Buying or selling no-show socks?
Oh, buying. Absolutely buying.
See, the no-show, how about you, Hunter? Hunter strikes me as if his ankle bone is uncovered, I bet you he just feels nude.
Depends on the shoe.
Kinda accurate. So I think I'm gonna sell, but I don't like the high socks either. So it's kind of that ankle.
Your generation
I'm an
likes
ankle.
the mid-calf sock. They're bringing that back.
The no-show for me gets a little bit far down in the shoe, and I end up like taking the back heel comes off for me a lot. So I like just a little bit about that 3/4 of an inch one showing over the, but it just doesn't stay.
The Chuck Taylors or the Van slip-ons. It's a clean look.
And one last one before we go: buying or selling Shane Gillis? Because I watched the second season of Tires, and it is amazing.
I've never seen him do the acting thing. His stand-up to me is like a sell. It's like I'm never that blown away by his stand-up.
Oh, it's killer. The
show
Tires,
is good.
Oh,
never seen it.
It's on Netflix.
All right, Hunter. He's probably never seen him.
Yeah, I can't say.
Can't
buy or
say.
sell on that.
Yeah.
All right.
Excellent. All right.
I'll trust
Off
you
and
on it.
running. We will revisit these buying or selling propositions because we carry them all through the program on Tuesday, thanks to the Urchel Real Estate Group. When we come back, oh, baby, Bill Schroeder is going to join the party from FanDuel Sports. What an awesome night last night. And tonight could be just as good, if not better. We'll talk to Rock next. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Nonstop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. I'm Dave Gasper. The Milwaukee Brewers are looking to secure a series win against the Dodgers tonight with another marquee pitching matchup. It's the rookie Jacob Mizrowski on the bump for the Crew against the future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. Brewers shortstop Joey Ortiz has been out of the lineup for the last 2 games after being benched by manager Pat Murphy. Ortiz is expected to be back in the lineup tonight. And the NHL and NHL Players Association today ratified their new collective bargaining agreement that runs through the 2030 season. It includes an expanded regular season to 84 games, the elimination of deferred payments and contracts, and shortened max-term contracts. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened-to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
July 23rd, Packers training camp gets underway.
Training camp, baby.
The Game will be live from Nitschke Field as the guys take you inside Packers training camp.
Like, first off, it starts off the field, you know, creating that brotherhood, creating that, chemistry.
And get you ready for the 2025 season. The destination for Packers training camp coverage is 97.3 The Game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
Got about 17 minutes both sides of 4145 between the Zoo and Good Hope. Northbound 4320 up to Brown Deer. Southbound taking you a half hour. Jammed Good Hope down to past North Ave. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by First Choice Heating and Cooling.
This heat is unbearable.
Keep your family comfortable with First Choice Heating. For a limited time, get $89 off your AC and heating tune-up. Milwaukee's trusted HVAC company, firstchoiceheating.com.
At Advent, nasal congestion and sinus infections can be solved with an in-office 20-minute procedure. Elsewhere, expect surgery.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
Hopefully you and I agree that you should do everything you can to save your marriage. Divorce is hard, expensive, and its outcome is usually not all you hope for. However, when doing everything has failed, when divorce remains as your last option, consider Cordell & Cordell as your first choice to help you through the divorce process to a better place on the other side. We've been a partner men can count on for more than 30 years. Let us be that partner for you.
The attorneys at Cordell & Cordell work to help men maximize their role in their children's lives, which includes protecting men's financial means to do so. Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Milwaukee attorneys, a partner men can count on. 414-977-3100. That's 414-977-3100. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. 111 East Kilbourne Avenue, Suite 1650, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53202.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Terry's Tiny Homes, Terry! Sure, as the only employee of her company, Terry was probably the front runner, but saving money getting personalized discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive, well, that gave Terry the edge. Over Terry.
Terry.
Keep awkwardly chanting your own name, Terry. You deserve it. Woo! Be your own Terry. See if you could save in as little as 7 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Eat up, buddy. It's almost time for school. You take charge of your home. You take charge of your work. Don't forget to take charge of your gut health too with Nature Made Probiotics. Nature Made has clinically studied probiotics that work with your digestive tract's natural bacteria, so you won't miss a beat in your daily routine. Find us in the vitamin aisle. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app, powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
WRNW Milwaukee, available everywhere with the iHeartRadio app. Now number one for podcasting. 97.3 The Game, an iHeartRadio station.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Yeah.
Live from the Iron Jock Studios and brought to you by Bryant and Stratton Athletics. It's the fastest growing sports and stuff show in the Midwest, led by two 23rd-year seniors who have no interest in entering the transfer portal. It's Drew and KB.
I've never worked in a studio that had 10 glory holes going all at the same time.
There are two things that separate humans from animals. One, we can control our sexual tendencies. Two, when we eat, we use cutlery.
If I could have everybody's attention, we put together a little song and dance in honor of Drew.
I'm an executive by day and a wild man by night.
We don't care what KB says.
I am a mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronically ill cat parent in mental health recovery.
Do you like lizards? Do you like snakes? Do you like tortoises? Do you like frogs?
Jesus is a friend of mine. Jesus is my friend. Jesus is a friend of mine. I have a friend in Jesus.
You're done. You're done. Your mom wears Skechers.
Give me a word, starting with the letter P. Somebody might do to your bottom.
Say penetrate.
I'm a clam guy. Only eat clams. That's all I do.
What the F?
Do you want to start drinking?
Yes.
You know, I'm going to have to go for 420, Bob.
Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its! Cheez-Its!
Light this candle.
He's right. Let's light this candle. Light the candle.
Rolling through a Tuesday in the Good Land. Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio, built by Reamer Remodel. My name is Drew Olson. I am joined by KB.
What's going on, brother man?
Hunter Baumgart is here. He's going to hit a button momentarily to play the best walk-up music in radio. And this portion of the program brought to us by Milwaukee Baseball Academy. These are the guys that loaned us the pitching machine at the Brewer-Palooza. Baseball players ages 13 to 18 or parents of said players. Tryouts for Milwaukee Baseball Academy and all summer travel ball teams are happening now. High-level instruction, unmatched indoor training and facility access, and top competition leads to college exposure. Visit MilwaukeeBaseballAcademy.com for a full tryout schedule and registration. Hit the button, Hunter. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, always a treat when we get to talk to Bill Schroeder from FanDuel Sports Wisconsin, especially after a great night at the ballpark last night and a great night on tap for this evening. Rock, welcome to the program. How's it going today?
Great to be here. What a game yesterday. I mean, two all-stars matching up, and Yamamoto didn't get out of the first inning.
I love it.
9-1 victory, and Freddie was doing what Freddie does. I mean, he just keeps the Brewers in the game, and it's amazing what he's been able to do in his career. Just so fortunate, that he's been able to stay healthy. I mean, that's the one thing you love about Freddie, amongst a lot of different things, the fact that he never misses starts. There's something to be said for that. Not many guys can say that.
Brewers have they're a good vibe team right now, Rock. They've been playing well. Yeah. Everything's clicking. They're starting to get some national attention. I know people, we don't, we know what we have here, but it's nice when people in national media notice, and there's nothing better than to beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, the vibe is good because everybody's starting to swing the bats pretty well. And it's no coincidence, and we've talked about this just about every week. The fact that when Christian Yelich swings the bat, everybody settles down, everybody relaxes, everybody takes pitches, everybody swings in the zone. And it's everybody just knows that when the big boy is swinging the bat, I mean, everything is going to fall into place. And that's pretty much what has been happening. And, like I said, Andrew Vaughn coming in, stepping in. I mean, a home run, his first at bat as a Brewer. As I always say, you only have one chance to make a first impression, and that was a heck of a first impression for Vaughn.
That was pretty good. We got the news today. Rhys Hoskins going to be out possibly till mid-August. And that trade, the Savali trade, people kind of said, they just moved Savali, big deal. They were making room for Mizrachi. Well, look what they got back, and look now how important that acquisition is.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, he's pretty decent defensively. I mean, I think he's on par with Rhys Hoskins. So you have Bowers, and you've got Andrew Vaughn to cover first base. You get a tough right-hander out there. You probably throw Bowers out there. You can throw him in the outfield. So I think the offense is looking pretty good right now. Regardless, Andrew Vaughn, he's not going to be a guy that's going to carry the offense, you would think, but he does have the ability to do it. I mean, the one thing the Brewers need to do a better job of as they get, into the season and hopefully into the postseason, get a few more homers. And I think Andrew Vaughn can help in that regard. He's been a big power hitter throughout his career.
Great minds think alike. I like Rock. I was just saying this about how the home runs play, especially in the postseason, and having somebody run into one that changed the game. And that put you on easy street last night with one swing. I love the way the Brewers play, but scratching and clawing for a run here or a run there, the way they have, that's not always the way you win October.
Yeah, and against good pitching. I mean, you're not going to be able to load up 3-4 hits in an inning all that much. You might get a hit, a walk, maybe an error. Somebody hits a home run. That's how most of your runs in the postseason are scored. And the Brewers, as much as they scratch and claw and they take advantage, with the Mookie Betts error yesterday, they were able to add a couple of more runs. I mean, that's just the things that this team has been doing pretty much all season long. They get off to a bit of a slow start offensively, but you knew that things were going to start coming around. And no coincidence that, everybody's starting to swing the bat. And I mentioned it, and he knows it, and he owns it. Christian Yelich is the key to this. He's the straw that stirs the drink here, and he did it again last night. The add-on runs yesterday were huge. 5 runs in the first inning, that's all well and good. But, the Dodgers are a potent offense. Those add-on runs, I mean, those are backbreakers for an opponent, even a team as good as the Dodgers.
You know what my dream is, Bill? My dream is the Brewers win tonight, and for some odd reason, for no reason at all, and it'll never happen, and I know it won't. But in my dream, Woody pinch hits and gets a home run
against Kershaw.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for you, man. That's what you dream about. I don't dream about stuff like that.
A man can dream, can't they? A man can dream.
I have loftier dreams than that. That's good, though. You know what? I don't think that's going to happen. But you can dream. You can dream. You can hope. You never know. You rub the lamp, the genie might pop out. You never know. But it's been a while since Woody's had a bat in his hand. But that was quite the moment, wasn't it, for Woody in that postseason in 18? That was incredible.
It was incredible, and now Kershaw's back.
Yeah. And speaking of Woody coming back, how good did it feel to watch him have such a great outing? And you never know with the first time out, but right. I'm telling you, I was thinking about this last night, and if you have Woody, Mizorowski, and Freddie, man, I'm telling you that 1-2-3 is as good as Burns, Woody, and Freddie. It could be. Add Quintana
to the case, I mean,
sure.
And then you have whatever else you might want to throw in there. I mean, the Brewers are kind of an embarrassment of riches in starting pitching. They sent one of the most consistent guys down to the minor leagues to make room for Woody. Chad Patrick. I mean, how good was he? For most of the season this year. But I mean, we interviewed Woody on the in the dugout yesterday, during the game, and I asked him, in your wildest dreams, what were you expecting in that game against the Marlins? He said, I wasn't expecting anything. I just wanted to feel good and have the ball come out of my hand really well, come out of there, feeling good. And then the next day he said, it was a little bit sore, but not too bad. But I mean, no walks, 8 punch outs for Woody. He had all of his pitches working. The changeup was a good pitch. He actually hit 96 a couple of times in that start, and I don't think he hit 96, all the whole time he was down in the minor leagues. He might have, but everybody talking about how the velocity was down for Woody, but talk about pinpoint control. I mean, you saw some of these pitches, these fastballs, these Marlins were taking, and that's a pesky bunch. That's not a team that strikes out a whole lot, and he was really dotting the I on those corners with all of his pitches, and I couldn't imagine Woody feeling any better about that start. He couldn't have felt any better about it. He was terrific.
Talking to Bill Schroeder, FanDuel Sports. He'll be on the call tonight with Jeff Levering. BA will be in the next booth over, right? Tonight, one of those deals.
Yeah, I mean, all the way down, I think we put he and Frank Core all the way down. Maybe actually sitting in the stands somewhere. I'm not quite sure, but he had visions that he was going to kick us out of our booth here, but
no. You got to pull rank on that.
Step
one.
aside.
Not a chance. National show my ass. Rock. You're there every day. I mean, come on, let's go.
Did you know? I'll tell you. Go into the South Dock, the parking area, and then there's like 6 big production trucks down there. The Dodgers have 2. We have 1. The TBS has got 2 trucks and a big generator out here. So parking's a little bit tough. If you guys are coming to the game, don't plan on parking in the South Dock tonight.
Yeah, that's. I'm already expecting to be way in the remote lots and take the long walk in. No doubt.
I need the steps. I always go. I always go out east.
So, Rock, we mentioned. Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead.
Sorry. No. I was going to tell KB, we can get a cart to come out and get you.
No, I'm good. I'm good on that.
We don't get that kind of treatment anywhere, man. Maybe not even a spring training. Rock, Kershaw, you got the Hall of Famer against the kid tonight. What a great matchup. This is different than Skeens and Mizorowski, but Mizorowski Kershaw is going to be great. Kershaw, in his youth was known for throwing hard. Now he's just crafty as hell. That curveball is still good. What are we going to see tonight from this matchup? What do you expect?
I don't know. I think the Brewers are going to have to lay off the slider from Kershaw. I mean, he gets a lot of chases on sliders out of the strike zone. His average velocity is like 89 miles an hour as opposed to mid to upper 90s when he was a young man. I think when you compare Mizorowski and Kershaw, when Kershaw first came up and started his career, I mean, their numbers are pretty similar. Of course, Mizorowski went 11 in the 3rd innings without giving up a hit. That's never happened before. But I'm looking for a good turnaround for Miz. I mean, Well, he didn't have his big fastball against the Mets. It didn't last very long in the game. The strikeouts were down, but now it's one of those things where, and I think I said it on the air the night that he was pitching. We were on, and I said, you got to expect some ups and downs, with this guy. If you're expecting this guy to throw no hitters every time out, I mean, that's asking a lot. But I think the body of work for him, I think the one thing that I'd like to see out of him tonight is better command of curveball, changeup. I mean, the fastball, slider, those two pitches are both firm pitches. I mean, slider in the low 90s and the fastball touching 100. I think it's going to be important, especially against this Dodgers offense, to be able to mix it up off speed a little bit, change ups and curveballs for strikes. Get these guys thinking that way, and that's going to make that fastball a lot more effective.
Is there any lineup in baseball more daunting than this Dodgers attack? Because even you score 5 in the first, and against a lot of teams, you think, all right, it's going to be an easy day. We can, the bullpen guys can stand down a little bit. The Dodgers make you nervous, man. With 7-0, doesn't matter.
Yeah, they do. And they got two of their big boys out there, Oscar Hernandez, and they got Max Muncy. Hadn't been playing, and they're still a pretty good lineup. I mean, you got to control the bottom, although that's not easy. You got Will Smith, who's been swinging the bat extremely well since he's come up. I mean, he's been their most consistent guy. Freddie Freeman and then Betts and Shohei Ohtani. If you remember Ohtani last year, I think it was last year or 2 years ago, when he was with the Angels, I think the Brewers handled him pretty well first couple of days. Then he hit 2 bombs out of here third day. So you got to figure these guys are going to start swinging the bats. The Dodgers lost 4 in a row, and that's kind of a rare thing. I mean, that's you're not going to see that much out of a Dodger team. So we're it's going to be interesting. Mizorowski going to be facing one of the best offenses in the game, and he's going to have to bring it tonight, no doubt about it.
The Dodgers got a couple. You're right. They're missing a couple guys, but they had a couple guys batting over 300. And the more you look at averages, Rock, are you still stunned by that? I was talking to a buddy of mine about that. He's just like, how come nobody can hit? Cleveland ran out of lineup the other day. I think they had like 7 guys hitting around 200. And it's like, it's become the norm. Like the pitching is so good now that guys just, they're not going to be a bunch of 300 hitters anymore. Like that's not even the benchmark anymore.
Yeah, right. Well, 275 is probably a pretty good batting average these days. But you got three outcomes you're looking for as a hitter. Strikeout, walk, home run. That's kind of what everything is based on these days. Working the counts and getting the pitch count up for the pitcher and getting into the bullpens like the Brewers are able to do yesterday. The Dodgers had to use 5 relievers yesterday. And, that's going to have an impact on the rest of this series. Tonight and tomorrow, all those guys, had to throw. But again, batting average is not a thing. I wish I was playing today because my 240 batting average for my career would look a lot better now than it did back in the 80s. So, but you're right. I mean, batting average is, it's all about OPS and on base percentage and, runs scored and runs batted in and things like that. So the way these guys are evaluated, so much different than it was back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it just, it is. You've never seen arms like this, though. It used to be like every team had maybe one guy that could throw 95 plus. Now it's everybody, and the spin rate and the pitching labs and stuff like that. I talked to our pal Jeff Cirillo a couple weeks ago, and he's like, I don't know what I would do with the, he was a good hitter. He's a 300 hitter every year. Yeah. He's like, I don't know what I would do because we didn't have this many nasty guys.
Well, I mean, do you think that these guys are throwing that much harder than the guys back in the 80s? I mean, they may be. They may be. I'm just throwing it out there. But I think the way these guys, the way the pitches are being evaluated, the speed guns, 97, 98 miles an hour. Back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s, you had a guy like Tom Henke or Goose Gossage, and they're throwing anything over 90 was considered to be, blazing speed. So I guess it's all about how you evaluate, speeds these days. But you're right. I mean, I remember doing games and we were in the Astrodome and Billy Wagner came out and he threw a pitch at 101 miles an hour. And it was like, oh my gosh, I never thought I'd see 100-mile-an-hour pitch. But now you shake the trees. Every team has 2 or 3 guys that can do it.
Yep.
Well, okay, Billy, does that mean, do we have, taking that into consideration, would you say that the guys on the mound today are more throwers than pitchers?
No
strategically?
Doubt. No doubt about it. No doubt. No doubt. I mean, so because you have 5 relievers back in the old days, right? 5 relievers, 5 starters, 10-man pitching staffs, and everybody in the bullpen had to be able to throw two and a third innings. Now these guys come out there, it's one inning, so you throw as hard as you can for as long as you can. I think that it might be a gross generalization to say that they're all throwers, but you have a lot of throwers, out there. The Brewers have some. And, I'm not going to mention them by name because, I want to keep my job. But, it's a different thing.
You just have to be effective. It doesn't matter, but I'm just saying it's a different style.
Just throw as hard as you can for an inning, and you're out of there, and then somebody else is in there. So as opposed to a guy like Aaron Ashby, as opposed to a guy like D.L. Hall, those kind of guys that are asked to go out there and throw, an inning and 2/3, 2 1/3 innings, maybe 3 innings. And, it's a different animal because of the number of pitchers on each roster. I think that's one of the reasons why you don't have to worry about guys throwing multiple innings anymore because, the Dodgers started the game yesterday with 9 relievers in their bullpen. So I don't think they're going to run out.
That doesn't seem like it. And the pitches too, Rock. You got sweepers now. You got sliders. The split finger's been abandoned. Is that because it hurt too many arms? Is it just like the screwball? No one throws a screwball anymore. They used to face screwballs.
Yeah, Roger Craig, the Giants pitching coach came up with the screwball or the split finger fastball. But, if you're out there, you got a baseball, split your 2 fingers, your middle finger and your index finger, and put that baseball in there and feel how tight everything gets. Everything from the elbow down, the forearm, the elbow, the wrist, the fingers, everything tightens up. And that's how you can, hurt yourself. You want to have everything loose, like in fastballs and changeups and things like that. So it's one of the reasons why, it was going by the wayside, but the Dodgers have a couple of guys that do it. They say Kershaw is throwing a few splitters, these days. And, Yamamoto had a great splitter up until yesterday. He wasn't very effective with it yesterday, but it's coming back a little bit. But, because it's such a tough pitch for a hitter to recognize and get a good bat on.
Last thing for you, Rock. We were cracking up when we saw Murph's pregame comments about why Ortiz wasn't playing because his manager's pissed. Murph, that stand-up act hasn't gotten old, man. He's still bringing it. He's still bringing it pregame and postgame.
He's a beauty, and I mean, and Yelich's comments were pretty interesting too. It says you got to be a special kind of guy to be able to play for Murph. So Murph's not going to change. Players are going to have to change. You got to tip your hat to Murph. He's honest. Not only honest with players, he's honest with the media. He's honest with what's going on. You can always count on a correct answer and a candid answer when you ask Pat Murphy a question. Now we'll see how Ortiz responds. He's in the starting lineup tonight, so apparently. I think it was a little bit deeper than what Murph was talking about. Taking strike 3 down the middle or making a bad throw. I think that there's a little bit more to that story than meets the eye, I would think. But Murph knows how to handle young players because of his career as a college coach. I mean, he did that for many, many, many years, and I think he's pretty good at doing it. And he's gotten the most of it. Remember how he benched benched Durbin and Frelick, right?
Yeah.
Frelick missed a cutoff man.
Yep.
Durbin made a couple of mistakes, and look how they responded. So it's a matter of these guys responding to what their manager expects of them.
Good point. Great run today, Rock. Thank you for hanging out with us. Have a great call tonight with Lev. Everybody's going to be watching. This is must-see TV. It's going to be a fun night at the ballpark.
All right, thanks, guys. We'll see you next week.
You bet. You bet. Bill Schroeder, FanDuel Sports, game time tonight, 6:40. He is brought to us this week by Milwaukee Baseball Academy. Check them out, MilwaukeeBaseballAcademy.com for a full tryout schedule and registration. If you have a player between the age of 13 and 18, tryouts for the Academy are happening. And that just all the information you need about the facilities and the competition and the MilwaukeeBaseballAcademy.com is your clearinghouse of information. 420. Oh, my goodness. It's 420 already. Time flies when you're having a great time. At 420, we pause for the cause that caused. Ask the question appropriate for this time of day. It's 420. What are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
Indeed. Brought to us by HappyPlaceHemp.com. I hope people took advantage of the special listeners-only discount last week. Now we're back to the normal discount. Drew and KB as the code gets you 25% off everything you buy at HappyPlaceHemp.com. The best CBD products you'll find anywhere. And if you're still CBD curious, if you will, stop by the store, call them, email them. They will walk you through what you can try, what you're looking for. They will tailor it to your needs. They have a vast array of products. They're all fabulous, all made in Muskego by Rob and Chris. Check them out, happyplacehemp.com. Use the code Drew and KB, 25% off. What do you got, KB?
Well, Drew, I know, growing up in Milwaukee, and this thought is, we haven't really talked about this at all, but it used to be if you wanted to find a bowling alley, all you had to do was throw a rock.
Oh, yeah. And walk out, either turn right or turn left. You'll walk into
one, and there aren't that many around anymore. And in Pittsburgh, there's a bowling alley that's a group, I guess, that's going to try and generate some interest in bowling with an event. It's called Balls Out Bowling for the ultimate bowling experience.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. The Pittsburgh area naturalists are hosting a Balls Out Bowling event where you can bowl in the nude.
Oh, boy.
It's going to be held at the Crafton Ingram Lanes in Pittsburgh on July 12th. For anyone over the age of 18, whether you're a pro or a beginner, it's $30. You have to pay $30 whether you bowl or not, which includes 4 hours of unlimited bowling and shoe rental. Of course. So it's going to be, full nude with shoes.
Totally nude with shoes. Yeah, okay.
But now here's the thing. Nudity is required. With the exception, women can wear bottoms. Although, obviously they're not going to have any groping or grasping. Harassment will not be tolerated. No video or photography. But as I thought about this, and it said, nudity is required with the exception that women can wear bottoms. I would think it should be mandatory for men to wear bottoms and let the women just decide what they want to do. Now, I'm not saying I'd rather look at a woman's parts or anything like that. I'm not trying to be disgusting that way. However, I would think with all the bending that you have to do with bowling, the man going full bottomless might be the worst visual that you could possibly imagine. And I will go even farther to say that nude bowling is probably the worst nude sport you could do. Unless it was like...
right up there. I'm trying to think of ones that would be worse, like
Deadlifting.
powerlifting.
Deadlifting.
That'd be pretty bad.
That would be pretty bad. Nude bowling, balls out bowling. If you're going to go balls out bowling, all I can say is, what are you, high?
Are you high? You're huffing grass?
Hey, man, it's an activity. It's, maybe reintroducing or introducing people to the sport.
It's more for the nudists, the naturalists, for them to get together. I mean, I suppose they could have had a karaoke night or something like that, but they decided to go bowling. But I would think that bowling, I'm trying to think of other sports. Nude bowling has got to be one of the worst.
It's up there.
Nude CrossFit.
Getting
into the nude bowling is just, it's kind of getting into that whole power lunge area.
I mean, Olympic wrestling used to be nude. All the Olympic sports were nude back in the Greek days, right?
Yeah, that's how it started. That's how it all started.
Worst sports to do nude.
All right, hit us on the talk. So what? Buying or selling nude
mogul
bowling.
Skiing would be tough, I think.
What would be?
Mogul skiing.
Oh man, there'd be a lot of flopping around there.
Speed ski, any of the winter sports.
Winter sports,
a little bit.
Hockey.
I would think fencing might be an issue too. I don't know.
Fencing could be an issue.
That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, man, that's all right. 420 brought to us by our friends at happyplacehemp.com.
Nude curling.
Nude curling. Oh, that's not a good one either. That's a lot
they get that the guy that's they stretch it out.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good look either. When we come back, we'll catch up with Shanna Quinn from the country station down the hall. KB, you sent me something that we needed to talk to her about. Oh, I remember. Yeah, it was related to weddings. She was at a wedding over the weekend. We are going to talk to Shanna Quinn about that and many other things. She is up next. You got us, Drew and KB. It's the Tuesday edition statewide on the game.
What are you asking for? Cause I feel like busting loose and I feel like touching you. And can't nobody stop the juice. So baby, tell me what's the use?
The Brewers have won 3 of their last 4, including a Game 1 win over the Dodgers. They try to make it 2 in a row tonight. Mizorowski v. Kershaw. We're talking about it. Post-game show with Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest here on the game.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One, is back in Vegas.
T-Mobile Arena.
September 19th and 20th, streaming live only on Hulu. 15 artists, 2 nights, 1 stage. Get tickets now at AXS.com.
Gear up, music fans. Hyundai is back as a proud partner of the 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival. Join us as our electrifying all-star lineup hits the stage like never before.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
94 eastbound at Calhoun, you got a crash off to the left shoulder. At Moreland, you got a medical emergency block in the right lane. Northbound on the Rock Freeway at Moreland, a crash blocks the left lane. Heavy back to Calhoun. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest Total Traffic.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. This report is sponsored by Allstate.
Drew and KB here with our buddies, Rob and Chris from HappyPlaceHemp.com. KB and I have used CBN gummies as a sleep aid. Some people use melatonin gummies that they get at the discount stores and things like that. What is the difference? What's the benefit to a CBN gummy?
The CBN gummies is a blend of CBD, CBN, and a small amount of THC. And it doesn't make you drowsy. It doesn't make you sleepy. I've talked about this. It puts you in a great headspace. It kind of shuts your mind off and just helps you relax. And for some reason, if you're super relaxed, you're going to fall asleep easier. Give me a call. Otherwise, just trial and error. Get a sample pack of the gummies. Get a bottle of tincture. Try things out and see what works best for you.
Hey, let's talk about the new store hours. You guys realize that your customers were having a hard time getting to you before 5 o'clock, so you're helping them out.
Yeah, that's been the case for coming up on 5 years now. We're open Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 9 to 7, and Saturday, 10 to 2.
Remember, quick and easy ordering at HappyPlaceHemp.com. Promo code Drew and KB for 25% off your order every time.
KB here. I'm sure you've heard us talking about and have tried Pep's Draft House Pizza by now, but are you legit? If you're craving the taste of your favorite childhood pizza, make it Pep's Legit. With a stone-baked, cracker-thin crust, zesty tomato sauce, whole milk mozzarella, toppings that take you back, and a signature spice topping. Legit pizzas are the real deal. Pick up one at your local grocery store for the authentic at-home pizza parlor experience. Be legit and try one today.
KB here. Did your home's exterior take a beating this winter? Well, then do what I did and bring in the pros from CertaPro Painters. Our home looks amazing, our budget is still intact, and they didn't leave a huge mess in the yard like the last painters. And right now, through July 31st, CertaPro Painters has a huge summer sales event going on. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business, go to CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Break up with stinky clothes.
Rinse it out.
Every now and then I get a little bit tired of the stinks that just will never come out.
Oh, Downy in the rinse change.
Every now and then I rinse it out. One wash and it delivers. One wash, it smells so clean. Downy Rinse and Refresh, it's a dream.
Downy Rinse and Refresh. Fights odor in just one wash. Guaranteed.
Life doesn't wait, and neither should you. Aleve can help you deal with pain less throughout your day. Whether it's a long day on your feet, a demanding workout, or everyday aches and pains, you need relief that can keep up when pain persists. Aleve is here for you with longer-lasting body pain relief compared to leading OTC branded pain relievers. With just one pill, Aleve lasts up to 12 hours. Don't let those aches hold you back from doing what's important to you. Use as directed.
Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. If you're injured in a car accident, the only call you need to make is to Nicolay Law.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. Make 97.3 The King your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
All right, I waited for the whole riff that time.
Thank
Ladies
you.
and gentlemen, it's Drew and KB, and we are welcoming Shanna Quinn from the country station on the hall. How's it going?
Did you step on someone else's riff? Is that what you said?
I always do. Yeah, I try to. You're not supposed to.
Wait,
right?
hold on 1 second. Can we just talk about this?
Yeah.
Where did you get this?
It was part of a pack of the dollar store.
Oh, I got excited. I thought maybe
Cheese thingy with the 5 pretzel sticks.
like
I was making fun of Hunter yesterday because we were talking about Hunter's eating habits.
Oh no.
And,
I was
like,
gone yesterday. So
when he was at
no.
Summerfest, like Hunter on a cheat day, I don't know what the hell we were talking about, but we were talking about how Hunter eats so healthy and he's just so good about his diet and everything.
Right.
And then like his cheat day is when he brings a little sandwich bag with like 20 pretzels in it, pretzel sticks.
Just
Yeah,
pretzel
I did that.
sticks?
I
Not
did that
even like a
last week.
dip?
He did it. No, he did it last week at Summerfest. That's like his cheat meal.
He just dry dogged
Well,
it?
it's not my cheat meal, but it was gluten-free
It's a
pretzels,
snack.
which are better than regular pretzels.
I agree because they're like a little bit kind of crispier. I agree. The texture is great. So we have this really big setup here at iHeart, and it's all different snacks. And
Vendo World.
That's right. You would call it Vendo World. I thought maybe you got that from Vendo World. And I was
No.
like, oh my God. It's the pretzel sticks with the cheese. I prefer just the regular kind of, I don't know what they are, breadsticks that go with the cheese. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. The little
The plain ones. I think they're like
you get at the relish
breadsticks.
tray at the supper club.
Yeah, but you get them with the cheese. Gosh, they're so good. It's same with like Dunkaroos. Like I don't want them all the time, but sometimes I want a little taste.
It's like, there's 5 pretzel sticks and some fake cheese here.
Well, yeah, I mean the fake
Processed cheese.
Exactly.
Cheese adjacent food.
Yeah, cheese food.
Cheese adjacent food. But yes, that's one of the things. Okay, so Shanna, we play this game on Tuesday called Buying or Selling.
Oh,
that's so quick hitter. You're buying a new home.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm buying these pretzel
Should've
sticks with the
used,
fake cheese is what I'm buying
At the dollar store, I'll get you some. It's presented by Urchel Real Estate, but just Amazon Prime Day. You buying or selling?
Oh, I'm buying.
Buying.
No,
Lots
not
of
a
stuff?
lot. It's mostly stuff that I wanted and I was waiting to see if maybe it would pop up on Prime Day, but nothing that I don't need. Like I'm not spending just to spend. I'm not a
Because
spender just to spend. I don't do that.
I feel like we're getting scammed and that the price reductions aren't what they,
I agree. Some of them it's like $2. And I want at least $10
buy it, but
off.
then they tell you that it's usually like, $200 and you're getting it for $130. And like last week it was $135.
Someone was telling me everyone who returns stuff, they send those back out, the returned ones from Amazon.
I've gotten stuff that was clearly
But
returned.
it may not be in workable condition or whatever. And I didn't believe that until we ordered a coffee maker and got the coffee maker within 2 days. It was doing the same thing that we got rid of the other coffee maker for. And we returned it and they took it. But then it came up. It's like, oh, no, they just turn around and send it back out anyway, even if it's broken.
Oh, I didn't know that. I've just gotten stuff where it's like a pair of shoes and you can clearly tell someone's tried them on because like one has the stuffing in them, the other one doesn't. One of my girlfriends told me the other day, she got a pop-up that said you've returned too much stuff.
Well, they're going to cut back on that now, they said.
On letting you return stuff?
It is going to be a lot more difficult for you to return things.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're getting totally screwed on it. Like people send shoes back and there'll be like mud on the bottom of them.
Oh, see, I've never done that. I've never used something.
Neither have I.
I know someone who I will not call them out, but they will read a book and they'll buy it from Amazon. And then when they have finished said book,
They send the
will
book back.
Yeah.
It's called the library.
Yes,
I was just gonna
that's
say,
what I said.
library.
I'm like, it's not a library. You can't just do that. Like, you can resell stuff too. Like, it'll say you can buy this used, like whatever. But
According to a press release I just got, the average Prime Day order so far is $58.37. And 42% of households are shopping on Prime Day have already placed 2+ separate orders, bringing the average spend in the household to $106.41. And the most top-selling items are liquid IV packets.
oh, those are on sale. I didn't check that.
Dawn Platinum Power Wash.
Oh, I love that.
good stuff.
That's-
Premier
yeah.
Protein Shakes.
Oh, yeah.
Finished Jet Dry dishwasher rinse, and Amazon Fire TV sticks are the top 5 sellers so far on Amazon Prime Day, which is Amazon Prime Week.
It's Amazon Prime Week now.
Basically, yeah.
I use there's a couple things I use to subscribe and save on, but I don't have my timing down.
No, me neither. I have it
So
for
I've
Freddie
got
J's
5.
food.
Yeah. See, I got like 4 bags of cat food. And so then I put it on pause. And the other day, my wife goes, "Hey, we're out of cat food." And so I was going to go get some cat food. I go pick some up on the way home. And my son then went to Amazon and ordered cat food. So now I got another bag of cat food coming in 3 days.
Donate it to the shelter.
Yep, exactly.
There you
Exactly.
go.
They'll
Or
Donate
always
to our
take it.
cat.
hold it in reserve.
Yeah.
All right. There was something KB wanted to ask about a wedding thing.
No,
about
I
the
just
wedding
came
etiquette.
across an article, and I know that you've got your.
You were at a wedding this weekend.
I was at a wedding this weekend. Yes,
You
we go to
also
a lot of them.
Have your side hustle, and I saw well, whatever.
Well, whatever.
You've talked about it.
No, but keep going.
No, but keep going.
Oh,
Continue.
What did you say, KB? It's etiquette. It's wedding breaches of etiquette, or what is it? What was it? You sent it to
The
me. And
52 rudest things you can do at a wedding.
naked bowling. Oh wait, that's a callback to last. That was 420.
Was that like, I saw that. It's like balls out.
What have
bowling.
you seen
Yes.
at a wedding? Okay, some of them are obvious.
Yeah.
Arriving too early or arriving too late.
Yeah.
Obviously. But then there's some getting upset about your own romantic life.
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like that comes out at a lot of weddings. I was in a
Crying
wedding.
bridesmaids.
Yeah, I was in a wedding once where we were all coming down the aisle, and one of my girlfriends came late, and it was at a church, and she did not realize that the wedding had started, and she started walking down the middle. Had a very short dress on in a church. And we were looking around like it looked like she was a bridesmaid just walking down the aisle.
Oops.
And afterwards I was like, Jess. And she was like, yeah, I didn't realize till I was halfway down the aisle that I was in the procession.
Texting the bride on her wedding day.
Yeah, never. My mom got mad at me because I didn't text her back on our wedding day.
Bringing a big.
I had my phone on me.
Bringing a big present to the ceremony or to the reception. I can see that.
An
'cause they got
oversized box. Yeah.
bringing a big one because they have to carry it home.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times too, I mean, just to have it sent to their house. So much easier.
Taking your own pictures and posting them on social.
So that's kind of changed a little bit.
That people are having, what
Yeah.
do they call them?
Hashtags and stuff.
No. It's a certain type of wedding. Oh, shoot. I'll think of it.
Like a lot of people, it used to be you're not supposed to post a picture from the wedding until the bride posts, but that's kind of gone out the window though.
Right. But what do they call them? No something weddings where you're not supposed to have phones or anything like
Well,
that.
a lot of people do that for
They'll
like
say
we did it
that.
for our ceremony. Yeah. Like no phones out. It was like, yeah, we pay our photographer enough money. Please put your phones away.
Okay, here we go. Skipping the ceremony and only attending the reception.
I've been guilty of that numerous times.
Yeah. I was going to say, I don't think
obligations.
that's that rude.
Leaving before they cut the cake. Well, a lot of people do cupcakes and stuff, but leaving
Yeah.
before dessert comes out.
Well, usually dessert comes out about when dancing would start.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't stick around for dancing.
The Irish exit.
Mhm.
There you go.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, they call them unplugged weddings now.
Yeah, but they're more so unplugged for the ceremony than the reception. Like
Okay.
a lot of people have the signs out to say
Wondering.
we have an unplugged wedding, but it's for the ceremony.
When the Packers reconvene, which is coming up quick, training camp's coming up quick.
Let's go.
There will be questions asked of Jordan Love's teammates about what was the wedding like, and was it a social free? You
It
know, was
looked incredible. And Ronica looked smoking hot.
No
She
doubt.
just looked stunning, but it looked super fun.
It did. And I'm just wondering what the skinny is. And if everybody says, oh my God, it's unbelievable. And then like a truck came up and everybody got In-N-Out burgers or something. Or
There's got to be something
sure
cool
there's something
that
like
they
that.
did.
There's
Yeah.
something cool like that.
And then the other one is ignoring the dress code. And the reason I mention this is my son had to go to a wedding 2 weekends ago. He said, if a wedding invitation says black tie optional, do you go black tie? He had to go to a black tie optional wedding.
Yeah.
And he didn't go black tie.
Oh, I'm in the belief like it's better to go fancier than not. You never want to be fancier than like the couple, but if it's black tie, yeah,
Black
I would
tie.
say
He wore a
go
dark
black tie.
suit.
Black tie optional to me means black tie.
Yeah,
I
but-
agree. It's like,
if you're going to that length.
yes.
Black tie optional weddings. I'm like, how do I know these people? These are not my people.
Well, it depends.
Black
You know,
tie people.
we had talked
Clean
about
bowling shirt weddings are more for us.
Yeah, well, we had talked about too, like if we were thinking about like toying with like doing a New Year's Eve wedding for a minute because like it's just who wants to go out? You're not going to go out on New Year's Eve probably anyway, unless you have plans like that where you get dressed up and everything. Like a black tie, I think is fun for like a New Year's Eve or like a Gatsby kind of like theme, something like that.
It can be, but isn't black tie optional? Doesn't that put a lot of undue pressure or responsibility on the guest? What if a guest doesn't own a tux and you go black tie? Well, now I got to go rent a tux, which, as Armin likes to say, is the biggest scam in the world. And then, so that's going to cost you 200 bones. Then you got to get a present.
Yeah,
Isn't that asking a lot?
Yeah, but I feel like a lot of times guys can get away with it. You can just wear like a black suit with like even like a black bow tie, make it look like a little bit fancier than it is.
Yeah, if you have a black suit, you should be okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I got
like
black suits. I mean, I got
the
people
Oscars
dying.
and the guys that don't wear the bow tie, they just wear the suit with the. That's a tux too.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I know a lot of people too. They're also doing not a lot of people. I shouldn't say that. Some people are doing a color code, like you have to wear a certain color to the wedding.
That's a lot.
I agree. I think that's a lot. Unless
black is a color.
Well, that's what I was going to say. No,
but
but
color.
they'll literally tell you what color to wear.
Like women wear light blue.
Yes, yeah. Like I know someone who like their whole theme was purple, so everyone had to wear purple. And that's a lot. But if it's just, hey, we want everyone to wear black, I don't have a problem with that. Everyone has black. Whether it's a suit, a dress, whatever it is, jumpsuit, whatever.
What if everybody says wear a football jersey?
I'm sure that's happened.
Oh, of course it's happened.
Sure, that's happened in Green Bay. Green Bay, where it's like a good Packer sweaters only.
Yeah.
My favorite
on the
thing
invitation.
about Green Bay weddings is the fact that people have to list on them. I've never seen this before until moving here. A lot of Green Bay weddings, people will say for attire, no jeans for a wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fact that you have to say
be implied,
no
but
jeans.
it's not, yeah.
Exactly. But in Green Bay, it's like, man, I can't wear my good jeans.
So a Green Bay wedding would be groom's side home jersey, bride side away jersey.
That's a Green Bay wedding.
Green on one side.
What
white on
about
the other.
what about the dudes who can pull off the short sleeve dress shirt with a tie?
No, that's
No.
that's never a good
no
look.
jacket.
No, because here's the thing. You can just wear a long sleeve shirt. And if it's that hot outside, roll it
Roll
up
it
after
up.
the ceremony.
You wear a short sleeve shirt with a tie and you go to a wedding, somebody at the reception hall is going to ask you to fix the copier.
It's got to be like you have to be
or the kegerator.
Right.
You have to be a certain age. Like if you're like an 8-year-old at this wedding and you wear a short sleeve dress shirt, we'll let it go. We'll let it go. But over the age of like 10, we'll say no short sleeve dress shirt.
And then the one that people violated at ours was you say no kids and then you bring kids.
Oh yeah.
That's the worst. We said that no kids. And then the people that brought kids got mad at us for saying no kids because there were kids there, which were our niece and nephew, and they were the ring bearer and the flower girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, yeah, they got to be kids. I'm not going to put grown-ups in carrying a ring and a flower.
I had grown-ups. I had grown-ups giving out White Claws and beers instead of rose petals. And,
did they walk in like wearing little cute shoes?
No, but
no.
That's kind of, a lot of people too. They'll have their grandmas be the flower girl, which I think is cute.
That's a twist.
I think it's cute.
I'm liking that.
Yeah.
All right.
Grandma
Anything
gives out
else
flowers.
up in Shanna Quinn world? Like, how are you getting ready for the big move?
Yes. Oh God. Yeah. We're doing a lot of things with the move. We're still trying to sell this dang downtown condo. But we're excited to get into the house. And it's just a lot of moving parts.
It's about as stressful as it can be. Let's see. The only thing you haven't done is changing jobs, because getting married and changing your address and moving to a new place, those are the high stress. That's the World Series of stress.
It's a lot on the old plate right now.
Yes.
So.
The worst thing when we were younger moving was having to pay the deposit on the phone. Do you remember that when you would move into a new apartment, you'd have to go take out a loan to do that?
Well, now it's like can't live without Wi-Fi and stuff.
I know. I was already looking into that today.
Have to do is make sure that you're all hooked up and all that.
Yeah,
right.
we spent a lot of money over the 4th of July weekend with all the sales on new things for the house.
And well, happy Prime Day shopping.
Yeah, all the money. Just
Time
throw it out the
that
window.
rabbit hole. Absolutely. Shanna Quinn from the Country Station on the Hall. Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to opening the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. We're going to give away tickets to the Waukesha County Fair.
Oh, yeah, that's coming up next week already.
Got a 4-pack ready for you.
Justin Moore is going to be playing at it, by the way.
We saw that. And Ted Nugent. And Night Ranger.
Wow, what a
Let's have a
lineup.
fair. All right, your chance to win tickets is coming up. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
Playing back in my head, I just wanna be cool again, cool again, cool again. Yeah.
it's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Bonus. That's bonus. Enter it now. TheGameandStuff.com. TheGameandStuff.com.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
The Brewers host the Dodgers tonight in search of a third straight win. Jacob Mizorowski will start on the mound for Milwaukee. Miles Turner, officially a member of the Bucks after signing his free agent contract Monday. Turner spent the first 10 years of his career in Indiana. Taylor Fritz is the first American to reach the Wimbledon semifinals in 7 years after a 4-set win in the quarterfinals today. I'm Seth Everett.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
Zabe and Butch in the morning.
Hey, join us on Wednesday. Solo show. Butchie's out. We'll play Where Do You Stands and recap The Miz versus Kershaw. We'll see you bright and early at 6.
Zabe and Butch, weekday mornings after 6 on The Game.
Walking the dog, climbing stairs, dancing at your daughter's wedding. Life is full of movement. But when hip or knee pain makes every step a struggle, it's time for expert care. I'm Drew Olson from the Drew and KB Show. When I couldn't take the everyday pain from my hip anymore, my first thought was to reach out to the team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin to see what could be done. The pain was excruciating. I tolerated it, but it was time to do something about pain relief for my hip. It was the best decision I've ever made. I haven't felt this good in years. At Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, they provide specialized total joint replacement with same-day surgery and cutting-edge technology, so you recover faster and get back to the moments that matter. I was amazed at how quickly I was in and out of surgery and how well I recovered. Take it from me, don't wait. Book your appointment at orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
At Pick and Save, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise on your ingredients with Simple Truth Baby Spring Mix or Roundy's Select Milk, guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. And you never compromise your appetite with private selection baguettes baked fresh in store. Hand it to Pick and Save shoppers. You never compromise. Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
Summer in Wisconsin. Tom, how's your summer going?
It's going great, but with summer comes big summer storms.
And insurance companies have been having trouble with all of the storms in the Midwest, right?
Yeah, wind and hail have been a nightmare for our industry, and then you have these storm-chasing roofers that make the problem even worse.
Are you seeing changes in the industry because of the increase in storm damage?
Absolutely. Many companies are now forcing higher wind and hail deductibles on homes and reducing the coverage available. But some of our companies, like Erie Insurance, still give the customer the choice of how they want to handle it. You know, it might cost more, but at least they let the customer decide, and that's a big advantage.
Well, with the guidance of you and your team at G2, I can tell you, I know they'll be well taken care of. So when you get that renewal offer from your company and they made changes without giving you an option, maybe it's time to call Tom and his team at G2 Insurance. G2 is here to help. Go to G2INS.com. That's G2INS.com. They are your friend in insurance.
Hello, I'm James Godsill, founder of Community Roofing and Restoration, celebrating 50 years since we began restoring historic and vintage roofs. Now we're a full-service commercial and residential restoration team serving all your needs across southeastern Wisconsin. With 2/3 of our work coming from referrals, Community Roofing brings the experience and credentials to handle any project, and we're proud to give back to the community. Visit communityroofingandrestoration.com. Beauty, durability, and excellence since 1975.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Exclusive coverage of your favorite teams. Exclusive videos from your favorite game personalities.
I am a follower.
Content you can't get anywhere else. 97.3 The Game on Instagram.
Drew and KB from the Iron Jock Studio, soon to transform into the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. We've been back channeling, trying to get Central Standard products into the Canoe Bar at the American Place Casino.
Indeed.
Wouldn't that be great?
It would be delicious.
Let's make it happen.
Well, it's delicious anywhere.
It's delicious anywhere, but at American Place Casino, it'd be great because they got the Circus Sportsbook. They have the restaurants. Oh, we were at Asia Azteca just recently, good. And it was fantastic as always. North Shore Seafood and Steak. Awesome. La American. We had a good time at the comedy show there. Check out everything at AmericanPlace.com and learn about everything that they have to offer and take advantage. They really love new members. If you go there, you got to go to the AP Rewards desk and sign up. You got chances to win rebates and free slot play. It's all there for you. Visit AmericanPlace.com.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537.
We're going to be spinning through some more buy or sell propositions. Urchel Real Estate Group on Tuesdays. Buying or selling is a thing. We love it. It's a lot of fun. Hit us up with yours. Roy and River West had one that we're going to get to. And it's interesting because Ryan Braun's coming back for that alumni thing, the celebration of 25 years of American Family Field. Boy, that flew, didn't it? And he wants to know, are you buying or selling retiring number 8 for the Milwaukee Brewers in honor of Ryan Braun? That is one of those, rainy day, summer topics. People will be inflamed on both sides. But if they were going to do it, he's been away long enough, and having him come back and to do it on this occasion where he has provided some of the more memorable moments in the history of the ballpark, and you're celebrating 25 years of the ballpark, you're going to do it. Later this month might be the time, don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I'm not saying whether they should or not, but if they were to, it would make sense to do it at that juncture with all of his friends around to make the announcement and to get his reaction. Not saying if it doesn't happen then that it will never happen, but it's an interesting one. Roy, thank you. The Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge opens next. Drew and KB statewide on the game.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.
This sports update is brought to you by American Place Casino. Non-stop excitement just over the Wisconsin border in Lake County, Illinois. The Milwaukee Brewers are looking to secure a series win against the Dodgers tonight with another marquee pitching matchup. It's the rookie Jacob Mizorowski on the bump for the Crew against future Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. First pitch is at 6:40 p.m. And to get you ready for it, Hunter Baumgart heads baseball pregame show coming up right after Drew and KB. Brewers shortstop Joey Ortiz has been out of the lineup for the last 2 games after being benched by manager Pat Murphy. Ortiz is expected to be back in the lineup tonight. And the NHL and NHL Players Association today ratified their new collective bargaining agreement that runs through 2030. It includes an expanded regular season to 84 games and the elimination of deferred payments in contracts. I'm Dave Gasper on Milwaukee's most listened to sports station, 97.3 The Game.
The Brewers have won 3 of their last 4, including a Game 1 win over the Dodgers. They try to make it 2 in a row tonight. Mizorowski v. Kershaw. We're talking about it. Post-game show with Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest here on The Game.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
4145 southbound got a crash on the right shoulder of the exit ramp to Silver Spring. Crash block in the left lane, northbound Rock Freeway at Moreland, and an accident on the left shoulder, 94 eastbound at Calhoun Road. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Introducing Central Standard's Brandy Old Fashioned in a can.
Made with their award-winning North Brandy infused with Leinenkugel's delicious flavors they use in their shandy lines.
Just grab a can, open, and enjoy. No mixing or muddling needed.
Central Standard and Leinenkugel's. Join us out here.
The open road is calling, and the ride begins at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. This July, you could burn rubber on a custom Harley-Davidson in the Fire Up Your Fantasy motorcycle giveaway. Play with your rewards card all July for entries. Thursday drawings for extra cash and reward play. Fire Up Your Fantasy, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
KB, is this the mother of all offers from Iron Jock?
You got my attention.
Iron Jock has a deal where our smart and good-looking listeners can take 40% off their entire order.
40% off an Iron Jock quarter zip golf polo, long or short sleeve t-shirt, the most relaxed and stink-free sweatpants on the planet. You know, like a certain Green Bay coach once said in the big game in Dallas, it is time. It is time.
His and your logic is not flawed, KB. No other brand makes them like Iron Jock does. 4-way stretch, wicking, made with silver ion technology inside the fabric that kills 99.9% of the body odor-causing bacteria. It'll never smell, ever.
Now through July 13th, when you buy $100 or more, your order will automatically be marked down 40%.
Can't do 100 right now? No worries. Buy $50 or more, and you'll save 30%.
Over 100, 40%. Over 50, 30. Got it.
Now through July 13th.
Go to ironjock.com. That's ironjoc.com.
Hey, it's Drew Olson, and I have to tell you, I could not be happier with our new 97.3 The Game broadcast studio built by Reamer Remodel. It has been a game changer. And thanks to the Reamer Remodel team, RIEMER remodel.com.
They say seeing is believing. And when you check out what's waiting for you at American Place Casino, you'll definitely believe you'll love it. From thrilling gaming to top-notch service, we're changing the game. Come play all your favorites like blackjack, craps, roulette, and the latest slots. Catch the game at the sportsbook, enjoy great restaurants, bars, and more. If you're ready for excitement, exceptional service, and an experience you'll never forget, then we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius or two half geniuses and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Make 97.3 The Game your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
The new home of your Green Bay Packers is 97.3 The Game. WRNW FM Milwaukee, an iHeartRadio station.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello, smart and good-looking listeners across Wisconsin. Drew and KB's Timeout Sports Lounge is now open. So grab a bar stool and belly up because it's time to knock a few back with your host, Drew and KB.
So basically you have
Jim, Jack, Johnny Red, Johnny Black, and Jose, all my favorite men.
Time for drinking, bud.
Drink up while it's cold, ladies. Toilet wine is a big thing in there, and people get their drink on.
We sat and drank with the sun on our shoulders and felt like free men.
I don't know what inferior swill this is, but I ordered a Lagavulin. Set them up and I'll knock them back, Lloyd. 1 by 1.
We hope there isn't a single fan who is having a problem with the two-fisted slopper.
Drink. The king commands it.
They took the bar! The whole bar!
Medium dry martini, lemon peel, shaken, not stirred.
Clock on the wall says it's 5:01 in the good land. Happy hour has officially arrived. We're happy you're hanging out with us, Drew and KB, sitting here in the middle of the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. And we have a new participant here. We have the Polish pipe bomb, Jeff Orlowski, in for Hunter Baumgart, who is preparing for the baseball pregame show that follows us here on 97.3 The Game in Milwaukee on the iHeartRadio app. Always good to see you at Happy Hour, Pipe Bomb.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Drew. Appreciate that.
And all the bomb squad out there is rejoicing because they thought they might have to wait until the baseball postgame show to hear you with Tim Allen. But no, here you are in all your glory. How was last night for you, my friend?
Oh, God, that was glorious. What a game. And welcome to Milwaukee, Andrew Vaughn. That was just something special, man. It was awesome. The fans, everybody, all the callers going nuts. It was great.
Yeah, we earlier in the show, we declared that the Brewers won the Savali trade no matter what happens between now and whenever.
Amen.
One night declared, it's over, victory declared. I'm Drew, by the way, and that guy over there is KB.
What's going on, brother man?
Well, I urge people to go check out thecentralstandard.com to learn about everything that they're doing over there. It's hard to keep up. I have to go to the website just to keep up. They've got new products in the pipeline. They got a new craft house and kitchen going up in Concourse C of Mitchell International Airport. A new facility that looks like it's going to be fabulous on the campus of the old Harley-Davidson. They're going to have a new production facility and tasting room, which will be fabulous. But we love them most for the spirits that they craft together. They're delicious. They hit the spot. And stay tuned. Well, maybe we'll do a 4th edition of the Drew and KB Bourbon Cabin Strength. Our barrel pick could be coming right around the beginning of football season. Stay tuned for details. But KB, what's the cocktail of the day?
You know what? I kind of came across this recipe and I was going to save it for basketball season, but I said, screw it. It's called the Greek Lightning. We're drinking Greek Lightning.
Greek?
You could probably
Lightning.
Guess what's in it.
I was going to say Ouzo.
Yep, Ouzo is in it, but it's also got the standard issue vodka and raspberry liqueur. Ooh, Greek Lightning. And it pairs.
Lightning.
And it pairs perfectly with what? What do you think? Of course.
Pep's Draft House Pizza.
A Pep's Draft House Pizza, for God's sakes. It wouldn't pair with anything else. Big toppings, a bigger taste. You can bring that Draft House style pizza home with hand-tossed crust, crispy crust, crispy, crunchy, crispy, thin
Cracker
crust.
thin,
Yeah, cracker. I love the cracker thin crust. And also they have rising crust options. They don't have anything really Greek per se, but that doesn't mean you can't take a little chicken and put it on top of that honey chicken sriracha. Doesn't mean you can't put a little Greek chicken on top of that chicken bacon ranch mixer.
My most recent Pep's Pizza was the Tap Room Double, which is just double the sausage, double the pepperoni.
Double tap it.
Yeah, it's amazing. That is probably my go-to now, the Tap Room Double.
They're
all delicious.
Well, yeah, it's 3 good according to Hunter.
Indeed.
Did Hunter leave you a bar today, Pipe Bomb?
Oh, he sure did.
Let's go.
Let's go out to Adams, Wisconsin, and check out the Tipsy Tea Tavern.
You're not going to go to Friendship?
No,
Adams
hyphen Friendship.
Adams Friendship,
named after Josh Adams, our buddy from Nine Pool Live.
All right. Well, this place says the Tipsy Tea says where good times and good vibes come together.
I love it. And I love the fact that yesterday you had Natty Oaks, which was the tavern of the game on Sunday in the Brewers Marlins game. I love it. So our tavern of the game is the Tipsy Tea Tavern in Adams, Wisconsin. KB always got to give that needle in.
That's right.
They look down their nose at people from Friendship.
They do.
Oh,
Adams Friendship.
Adams Friendship. It's a
lot of Twin Cities up there.
Twin Cities.
Neva, Star Neva.
877-794-1973 gets you into the NicoletLaw.com talk and text line. We've been buying or selling, presented by Urchel Real Estate today, and Urchel Real Estate Group, fine sponsor of that segment that we have a lot of fun with. And Roy in River West raised the question: buying or selling, retiring number 8. When you think of Ryan Braun, do you still think of the controversy in his suspension, or do you think of all of his meritorious contributions? Like, again, they're honoring the ballpark. They're having that alumni home run derby, and they're bringing him back and a whole bunch of guys that he played with, like the Billy Halls and the J.J. Hardys and like all the guys from the main portion of that era of greatness that Braun was such a central part of.
What have other teams done with people that have been accused?
Braun's got his number retired by the Giants.
Okay, you can't split hairs, right? A violation is a violation, right?
Mm-hmm.
You violated the policy, you violated the policy. However, I would think that in taking a look at the quote unquote steroid era of baseball, I mean, you had guys like Canseco, McGuire, Sosa, who went from being normal sized guys to behemoths, right? Braun really didn't, he really didn't do that. It wasn't really a bulking up thing, so was his violation less egregious than the other ones? I don't know. I mean, you could make that argument. It's like, well, he didn't, but he still did. I mean, those guys, it was Clemens. It was so blatantly obvious with them. And Braun kind of, put on a few, but he kind of stayed his own size. And as well as I do, and names shall not be mentioned, there are guys that you wouldn't even expect that were juicing.
Yeah. Eric in West Bend on the NicoletLaw.com talking text line. If Barry Bonds gets the home run record, Braun gets what he deserves. Retire his number. Yeah. I mean, I don't think the Cardinals retired McGuire's number, or did they unretired? There was a highway named after him. I think they renamed it.
Big Mac Land was up there for the longest time.
Yeah. But I think they, I don't think McGuire's number is retired by the Cardinals.
Mm-mm.
So, and you would have thought that would have been a no-brainer.
Yeah, they have not.
Okay, they have not. I didn't think so.
Do you retire the jersey?
Oh yeah, that's the new basketball.
The new workaround that started with George Thompson,
jersey.
Right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, because when they retire Giannis, that was a Ray Allen jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Giannis
Well, people always had numbers before the guy that got the number who retired it, but
true.
But the George Thompson thing, wasn't it because D Wade was wearing it at the time or something
like Jarrell McNeil or somebody, wasn't it? Didn't they give somebody a number?
And they were like, okay,
Marquette people will hit us up. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. I don't pay a lot of attention to jerseys, but it's like, I don't know, for of a certain generation, if you're of a certain generation, Braun was your guy, Prince, those guys, Prince left before that could happen. And maybe Ricky Weeks someday will be the Brewers manager, and he's still wearing the number that he wore.
Mm-hmm.
So they have not issued 8. I don't think they will in any time soon. Hell, I don't think they've issued 17, even though it's not retired for Gantner.
Nope.
Still wears it to hit some.
If you go to Green Bay, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I know our text line will.
Yeah, that's why we call it the Department of Corrections.
I don't believe that Paul Hornung's number is retired. People have just respectfully not taken it.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, Vince Ferragamo wore it, didn't he?
Right. And after that, he wore it when he came to camp because he couldn't wear 15, so he wore Hornung. But I don't believe it's been officially retired.
Yeah, I don't think they did either. Packers are pretty stingy when it comes to that.
Well, they are, and I think so you should be.
Like, okay, well,
I think you should be stingy.
Yes, it's the ultimate honor. We had someone on the talk and text line say, build a statue outside, but don't retire the number.
Well, I would think
isn't the statue like the beyond the number?
I would think.
Like that's the next honor when you can't go beyond honoring somebody by past retiring a jersey other than a statue. What else is there? Like name a stadium after you or something? I mean,
well, here we go. We knew the discussion was coming. He lied about the stairs and threw the driver under the bus. Well, everyone lied about it.
Yeah. And
some did it. Some lied about it in front of Congress.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I would say, did your parents caught you doing something? Did you blame it on somebody else in your life?
Yeah, and then when it comes to that, well, he served his sentence and came back and was a productive member again. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's the club decision. And again, it's not the Hall of Fame thing that's been debated, and those guys have someday it'll be taken up by the Veterans Committee because Clemens and McGuire and Sosa and those guys didn't get in, right? But the jersey thing is it's an Atanasio family decision, and they get to decide. And I don't think most fans would revolt. I think most fans have they still have pretty fond feelings for Braun based on his return. And he did the press conference today, the Zoom call with Carlos Gomez. And again, that era of he's such an important figure in Brewers history. I mean, if it wasn't for that scandal, isn't it a no-brainer?
Yeah.
That's the only thing holding it back?
I mean, has anyone done a breakdown of his numbers?
I mean,
he won MVP the year that he was juicing, but I mean, was there a drastic change?
He was MVP, and well, we don't know.
You could go back and look at
what when, but he did. It was Rookie of the Year MVP, and he's just the central figure in all those electric moments, all the big hits, all the big home runs that he had. He was Mr. Clutch. He's one of the great players in franchise history. A single team player
and
played for one franchise.
I don't know. I mean,
14-year
it's a tough one.
Career of mostly excellence.
I don't think of him as a cheater. Okay, I don't. I think of Barry Bonds as a cheater. I think of like Sosa and McGuire or Canseco as cheaters in that sense because it was so blatant why they did what they did. I never have felt like Braun. I just never felt like he was a cheater, and I'm not saying that's hometown bias. I didn't lump him into that. And there are so many guys that HGH, I mean, the reason they take him, I tell you this much, you take an average guy doing an average job, okay, and say you're going to have to work the next 162 days out of the next 180. And you tell me someone's not going to have an extra cup of coffee or something to get through with it, right?
You're not wrong.
I mean, that is a grind. Anything can be a performance enhancing drug.
There are players in the Hall of Fame today who used performance enhancing drugs that slid under the radar. Truth, facts. And again, it's a Brewers decision. It's not heaven. It's like, okay, should anybody wear it? Like, who would you give it to? It's a fascinating discussion. I would lean towards, it's like I said, if I'm Mark Atanasio, I make the decision. I'd deliberate, and I'd probably lean towards retiring the number.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I would too.
Because he was the figure that he was in Brewers history.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Pipe Bomb. Silent over there, the bomb squad. What say you on this? Where do you think you and Tim would come down, and most of the that whack pack of the fun bunch that populates the baseball postgame show on a regular basis?
On retiring Brawny's jersey?
Yes.
Well, I don't want to speak for Tim. For me, it's no.
No.
Okay.
No. You could sit there, throw him on the wall of honor, or do whatever, but as far as jersey retirement, Hall of Fame has basically always been the bar that needs to be cleared. He's never getting in, and so hence, no thanks.
I mean, well, that again, that's a high bar, and okay, if that's the bar, then okay, I can see it.
He was great, and no matter what happened, he, made one heck of a difference to the franchise as a whole, fan favorite, everything like that. But, that getting your jersey retired, that is, or your number retired, that is one hell of an honor there. And I don't think that he gets there.
If the Hall of Fame's a standard, the Brewers might never have another retired jersey, which that's if that's the standard. Okay.
Well, what about Andrew Vaughn?
Who do you think of the Brewers?
How about Caleb Durbin?
Who do you think?
Hall
Yeah,
of Fame
who do you
career.
think of that is playing for the Brewers right now? Or within the last,
Oh,
2
the
years
Miz.
that's on the track.
The Miz.
Well, you can't. It's 4 games.
course,
You
I
can't
know.
tell, but you
I was
think
gonna-
would be
I
on a
was being
track.
Facetious.
Oh,
but
I know.
The
I know.
Miz or I mean Jackson Churio if he pans out the way the Brewers had hoped he would.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Frelick, I don't see it. Obviously he's been great, been the best hitter we've had all season.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, not
No.
It's going to be a while.
Yeah, and the Hall of Fame is for immortals, the best of the best. And Braun was not. People think that the scandal was what kept him out. No, it was just that he fell short of the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
He had and like I said, one of the incredible figures in franchise history. But 350 homers, 1,154 RBI, career batting average 296, 358 career on base. Slugging 891 career. His WAR, which Armin loves and KB hates, 47.2 career.
I just don't get it.
An MVP and a Rookie of the Year. It's the Hall of Very Good. That's below Hall of Fame standards. And it wasn't the test. It wasn't the suspension that kept him out. It was just that they didn't match up to those guys because those guys are on the guys who get in are on the next level of that. As great as Braun was. How many All-Star games did Braun play in? I see 6-time All-Star.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, hell of a career. Top 5 player in franchise history. Maybe top 2 player in franchise history. Yeah, I would say top 2. Yount, Braun.
That could be up for debate. But certainly it would certainly be a good one.
Yeah.
It would be a good debate.
Absolutely. But I would wage it. So yeah, it's up to the Brewers, but that's a good one. Roy, that's one that'll never get old. But I maintain that the feel-good vibes that are coming at the end of this month, especially if the Brewers keep playing great and if they make a trade or they're gonna, it might be right around the deadline, but when they have that night, that anniversary thing, the 25th anniversary, and the alumni home run derby. If they were going to do it, if they were going to announce that they were retiring Braun, because there's really no reason to bring Braun back other than goodwill stuff throughout the first pitch, stuff like this. But this would be the time to announce it.
Yeah.
And you could announce it this year and then have the ceremony sometime next year and then bring in all the guys and stuff.
How do you think it would be if they, because it still is divisive, how do you think it would be received at the stadium if they were making that announcement?
I think it would be well received.
I think
they
it would
just
be.
did honor him with the Walk of Fame, which is the next highest thing you can do with the Brewers. They have the Wall of Honor, the Walk of Fame, and then their jersey retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like one step below, and they just did that, and he showed up with the family and stuff. So maybe it's too soon since then. And there's no clock on this. That's the thing. And they're not going to issue the number anytime soon.
No.
Not as long as Tony Miggs and Jason Schauger are down there.
Yeah,
They're just not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
Right? So unless I'm trying to think if there's another player who's a star player that they could acquire that's number 8 that would want to, and then, how Rogers had permission from Joe Namath and Terry Bradshaw.
And he still didn't
take it. Still didn't take the retired number.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
I mean,
all right. Keep the cards and letters coming. 877-794-1973. Nick from Sussex. Are the Crew going to televise the home run derby on FanDuel? I think so. I think that's the plan.
They're gonna preempt Natalie Galbus and fishing.
Yeah.
Poker.
I'm pretty sure they are.
and poker,
and
tournaments.
all the other stuff.
Does anyone watch?
Do the Ropers.
Does anyone watch anything on that network when the Brewers aren't playing?
No, because now they hit you with that Golick and Golick show. And so, if you thought that was going to keep you in business, but it wouldn't keep Fox Sports Wisconsin in business, having Gulbis on, come on. You're wrong. You're not playing to the crowd there.
You're not wrong about that. We just got a request from Ben saying, list off the Brewers' retired numbers.
Like off the top of our head.
Number 1, Bud Selig.
Right.
Number 4, Paul Molitor. 19, Robin Yount. 34, Raleigh Fingers. 44, Hank Aaron. And 42 is retired throughout baseball for Jackie Robinson. And not for Scott Carl, who was the last Brewer to wear it.
Hot Scott Carl.
Who's been on our program. Scotty Carl, good dude, friend of the show. He was the last Brewer to wear 42. And when they retired it across baseball, they grandfathered in the active players, which means Rivera got to wear it till the very end.
And he was the last person who wore it.
Yeah.
Most people gave it up.
Well, Mo Vaughn wore it for a long time. Most people were just out of the game.
Yeah.
Because they did it in 97. And Scott Carl got traded from Milwaukee to Colorado and then couldn't take his number with him. Right. But he was going to wear it. I talked to him about it. He's like, I want to honor Jackie Robinson. It's my number with the Brewers. I want to wear it as long as I can. And, he didn't have any.
It wasn't, hey, this is my number.
No, yeah. He didn't feel like he was disrespecting anything by keeping it because they allowed that. If you were 42, you could keep it. And then he got traded and he had to switch to a different number. So, yeah, and then like Hank Aaron played final 2 seasons with the Brewers. That was a ceremonial thing, and it was a Braves, callback. There's a lot of reasons for that. The Fingers one people wonder about because
he wasn't here that long.
He was here for like 3 or 4 years in 2 different stints.
You know what? That the Raleigh, and not that he's not deserving of having a number retired, but his number was retired in Oakland, Sacramento, Las Vegas, soon to be whatever the hell it is.
It was Oakland and might have been at San Diego too.
Not
sure.
But I don't think he falls into the category with me of questionable number retirements that I will put Bob Lanier in.
Oh yeah. Well, you had Bob Lanier, Junior Bridgman, Brian Winters.
Yeah, but you think of Bridgman and Winters as Bucks. You don't think of Lanier unless you're a Bucks fan. The average fan, probably NBA fan, remembers him more as a Piston. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
I think some of the decision for retirement should depend on, okay, what are they known as? What are they most known as?
Yeah.
Raleigh Fingers is most known as an athletic.
True.
Trevor Hoffman, if he retired his, he was a Padre.
Tim and Madison said, does the 50 count for Euchre? Well, didn't Easton McGee wear that last night? That 50 is for years in baseball.
Right.
That was they just put it up there because it was Euchre's 50th year in baseball.
He was
not a
number
retired
9,
number,
right?
Yeah, it's not a retired number though. It's to signify that he had spent 50 years, and they could have updated it every year and put up whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, as pointed out every day in the Brewers game notes, this is only the second year in Brewers history that Bob Euchre is not behind the microphone because he wasn't behind the mic in 1970. He joined the broadcast in 71, their second season. So he missed the first season. That interesting tidbit there. Joe said at least Fingers won a Cy Young and an MVP here. True.
He did.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Fascinating when people get very excited about that stuff. And if Pipe Bomb, if you're going to hold to that standard, that's appropriate. And I'm with you there because let's take Jim Gantner, Wisconsin native, very popular player, the 3 Musketeers of Yount, Molitor, Gantner. And Gantner had his merits, but if you're going to go by the Hall of Fame standard, then you don't do it. And the thing with Gantner was, if you're going to retire that number, well, then what about Cecil Cooper? Ted Simmons wasn't here long, but he was quite impactful on some of the great teams.
That's why
that he played on, and he's in the Hall of Fame now. So do you go back and do that one? Because many have worn it since.
That's why
I think the ideal situation is when you have a guy who's with you for his entire career, and then he hangs it up. And you do what the Brewers have done with Gantner. You don't issue the number, not retired, and then when you want to retire, you can. That's what they're doing with Braun. They're giving themselves time.
Right.
So.
And yeah, I think I concur. I think if you got a guy jumping around, regardless of what he did in the game, you can't be retiring his number everywhere. And I think we get, I'll be honest with you. I think to some degree, because our teams have not had an exceptionally high level of success in terms of bringing home championships, I think number retirement often is premature because we got to have something.
Well, back in the day, they used to do it to sell tickets on a night. They'd have that night, and then that's.
Oh yeah.
So that's how the economics have changed. They used to do that. They used to do it because that was like, okay, let's sell tickets that night. We'll have a sellout. Fascinating discussion. 877-794-1973. I just know that home run derby thing's going to be really cool.
I think it'll be really fun. Cool. Yeah. You know,
I might have to take off that day and go to the ballpark and see a lot of those guys I covered.
I mean, I think that, Lev is going to be great covering it, and home run derbies are not my thing. And Chris Berman ruined it for me.
There's some thought that maybe to juice the All-Star Game home run derby, you could have an alumni All-Star home run derby and let them compete.
I don't
know how many Ken Griffey Jr. could hit out these days.
That's what I was just.
He's put on a few pounds, hasn't he?
He's thickened up a little bit. Maybe he's got more power.
Who knows?
Could Big Mac still do it?
Maybe. Woody.
How about Sammy?
See, would those guys come back though, knowing they're
be wild?
Who knows?
That'd be wild.
Who knows?
Maybe on the anniversary year. On the 30th anniversary of the home run chase, they can bring those guys out of mothballs and have them do it again.
Yeah,
just a one-off.
Instead of sipping Gatorade after their turn, they're getting an oxygen tank.
And they'd have to move the fences in, which that wouldn't be good. All right, when we come back, we're gonna play a little game. We're gonna give away a 4-pack of tickets to the Waukesha County Fair. We've got them in hand. Well, I guess they are digital, but we're gonna give them away. The Waukesha County Fair runs July 16th. To the 20th, which by my math is already next week, right? Good God. Summer's flying by, but Waukesha County Fair is always fun. We have a 4-pack of tickets for you. We're going to spin the wheel of games and give you a chance to win. We are in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. You got Drew and KB statewide on the game.
July 23rd, Packers training camp gets underway.
Training camp, baby.
The game will be live from Nitschke Field as the guys take you inside Packers training camp.
Like, first off, it starts off the field, creating that brotherhood, creating that, chemistry.
And get you ready for the 2025 season. The destination for Packers training camp coverage is 97.3 The Game.
Hey, what's up? It's Russell Nicolay with Nicolay Law. If you get injured, it's Nicolay time.
Now, here's traffic from Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Call the Tri-City Total Traffic Tip Line at 414-944-5111.
94 eastbound Moreland to the Marquette, taking 22 minutes. Earlier medical emergency at Moreland cleared. Heavy delays from the Zoo to 35th. Westbound, you got a 15-minute trip back to Moreland. Slow to 35th, and from the Zoo to past Moreland. I'm Kevin Henry. That's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Staples.
People always say, Ryan, why don't you take it easy? Relax a little bit. Well, that's what the Staples Easy button is for. Just press it for quality products, friendly experts, and services like print, travel, or shipping, because we can't do it all. All right, guys? Thanks, Staples. That was easy.
Did you know that according to research, a majority of people gain the weight back after stopping those expensive weight loss shots you're seeing on television? Don't become another statistic. Hey, it's Billy Schmidt. The doctor-developed easy-to-follow weight loss program at Milwaukee Weight Loss doesn't just help you lose weight fast and easily. They've helped thousands of people lose up to 10 to 20% of their body fat in just 8 weeks while maintaining those results long-term. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com today if you're ready to finally make a lasting change. The consultation's absolutely free, and it's what I did over 18 months ago. One of the best things I ever did. There's no prepackaged meal program, no bars or shakes. And the best part, there's no drugs or injections with the risks of serious side effects. This program helps you reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good and learn about making better, healthier decisions day in and day out. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in a month or two. That's up to a pound a day. So schedule your free consultation today by giving them a call at 262-433-4008 or visit them online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. And when you sign up, make sure you tell them they heard about it on the game and that Billy Schmidt sent you. Results may vary.
Are you buying or selling? Greg Urchel here from Urchel Real Estate Group, partner of the Drew and KB Show. I've been in the real estate business for over 20 years. I'm a practicing lawyer, so I've seen almost everything there is to see when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate. I've built a trusted team around me to provide our clients with the highest level of service available in this market. We are much more than just a traditional agent. We are Urchel Real Estate Group. Buying or selling? Go to urchelrealestate.com or email me, greg@urchel.com, ERCHULL.com.
Drew Wilson here. That sharp pain in your back, the stiffness in your neck, you don't have to live with it. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin offers expert spine care right here in our community. From diagnostics to rehab to surgery if needed, they'll guide you every step of the way. When I was in pain, my first thought was to reach out to OAW. It was the best decision I ever made. Book your appointment at orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could it be lower testosterone?
Lower T.
Happens to most guys after 40. I was in the same boat until I started using Nugenix Total T2.
Total T2, the new one I've seen on TV.
Yep, it's the next generation testosterone booster for both free and total testosterone. It's packed with even more man-boosting power, sending nitric oxide levels skyrocketing in just 3 hours.
It actually works?
I feel like I'm in my 20s again. I've got more energy, better results in the gym, and things are even better in the bedroom. Send them a text and get a complimentary bottle.
Text now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the #1 testosterone brand at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, absolutely free. Text BEAT to 231231, BEAT to 231231, BEAT to 231231.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
iHeartRadio's got you covered for the summer. Hit play on the perfect summer playlist like Summer Classics. Road tripping with commercial-free weekends on Smells Like the 90s. Or zone out in the shade with a good podcast. Your summer soundtrack is already in your pocket with the free iHeartRadio app. Find your next summer preset now.
iHeartRadio. We call it Wagertainment.
All right, place your bets.
VSiN every night at 6. Presented by Potawatomi Sportsbook. Bet above the rest on Fox Sports 920.
iHeartRadio is the easy-to-use app for music and radio. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Make 97.3 The Game your #1 preset on our free iHeartRadio app. Powered by Gruber Law.
One call, that's all.
Injured?
Remember, one call, that's all.
Rolling along the Tuesday edition, Drew KB broadcasting live from the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge, our happy hour oasis. Happy you're hanging out with us. Happy that this studio looks so much like the Iron Jock studio because Iron Jock has that big deal now through the end of the week, 40% off if you buy $100 or more. Automatic markdown, no code necessary. If you spend $50 or more, you'll get 30% off. Go to ironjoc.com to check out all the good deals from Paul Hansen and the best sporting performance gear you'll find anywhere or just laying around gear. ironjoc.com. Time to spin the wheel of games. We have a 4-pack of tickets to the Waukesha County Fair. That fair is happening July 16th to the 20th. That's next weekend already. Time is flying. We have that ticket. Are we ready to spin the wheel of games?
Yes, we are.
Pipe bomb.
Spin the wheel of games.
Let's spin it. Where it lands, nobody knows.
Where in the world is KB?
Oh, baby.
That's what we're playing to get today. I will give you 4 clues about a location in the world. And you tell me where I am. So here we go. In the United States, St. Louis is called the Gateway to the West. This city is also known as the Gateway to the West in its respective country because it was a crucial transportation hub for shipping goods from the east to the west via railways and water. The city was formed in 1970 through the amalgamation of 2 cities along with the surrounding townships. The city name was then chosen in a public referendum. There's a nearby natural landmark called the Sleeping Giant, which is a formation of mesas and sills, and it resembles a giant laying on its back, and it is also featured on the city's logo. And the city is one of the largest populations of Finnish descent outside of Finland, which influences local food like Finnish pancakes, their sauna culture, and community life. So where in the world is KB?
All right. 877-794-1973 gets you into the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge by way of the NicolaLaw.com talk and text line. Let's hear it. 877-794-1973. Where in the world is KB? You know any Finnish people? I have a former coworker that now lives in Finland. Loves it. Absolutely loves it.
Oh, yeah, I know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
In Finland, I don't know if I don't think I've ever met a Finn. I had a guy who I lived with in college for a semester whose name was Finn, but that was Irish.
Finbar?
Finnian.
Finnian, Finnegan, Finbar, Finnegan,
yeah.
Finian. All right. 877-794-1973. Pipe Bomb, who's on line one? Oh, Pipe Bomb is screening.
Bill.
Calls. All right. Hey, Bill. Welcome to Drew and KB. Welcome to the Timeout Sports Lounge, Bill. Hello, Bill.
Bill.
Hi. How are you?
We're fantastic.
All right, Bill.
Bill, 420 was last hour.
Where in the world is KB? Where am I?
Turku.
Where?
Turku.
No, Turku? No.
Turku is not it. No.
Nope.
Bill.
It is not it.
Nope. Maybe if at 520, Bill would have been closer. Robert is on line too. Robert, welcome to Drew and KB.
Hey, is it Thunder Bay, Ontario?
That is it. Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Oh, my goodness. Robert, how did you know that? What was the Googleable one?
The largest amount of Finnish people outside of Finland.
That's what you knew? Oh, you Googled it. All right. That's what you
Okay, I would have probably gone for maybe the sleeping giant landmass, but yeah, I suppose.
Right. Thunder Bay, Ontario, best known in these parts as the hometown of former Admirals legend and Captain Peter Bukovic, friend of the program, and also where Laurencia Bembenek has spent time in Thunder Bay, right? When she was on the Lamb. So, okay, Robert, you are going to the Waukesha County Fair. Robert, where do you live?
In Thiensville.
All right. Well, you're going to the Waukesha County Fair. You're going to feel like a Waukesha County resident because we have tickets for you for next weekend. Hang on the line. Pipe Bomb's going to get your information. People really win on the Drew and KB program.
Yes, they do.
Where in the world is KB? Who are the other famous people from Thunder Bay?
I couldn't tell you. I know.
If only there was a machine we could look up.
I've
heard it's
there's
lovely,
going to be there's going to be a ton of hockey players.
You got to visit in the summer, right? I mean, I've heard.
Yeah, I'm not going there in the winter.
Lovely, but let's see. English population, mother tongue language, English, 86%, Italian, 2%, French, 2%, Finnish, 1.6%.
Okay, you're going to have there's some good ones here. Of course, we're going to take the hockey players out, but there are two here.
You can't take them out. Why?
They're all. I mean, the Stahl brothers are all going to be from there.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But here we go. Here's two that you might find of interest. Shania Twain.
I didn't know she was from Thunder Bay. I knew she was Canadian.
Yeah. Well, she was born in Windsor, but she has family ties to Thunder Bay. So. And then probably none other than one Artie Pupkin.
That would be Paul Schaefer. Paul Schaefer from Thunder Bay?
Mm-hmm.
I had no
Paul
idea.
Schaefer is from Thunder. I knew he was Canadian. I didn't know he was from Thunder Bay. And I tell you, I just saw the trailer they dropped for Spinal Tap 2. And if the rest of the movie is as good as the trailer, they are not going to miss on this.
Those guys aren't going to miss. I mean,
I can't see them missing because you have to see the trailer because they have absolutely nailed the old rock star character still out there doing it. Just absolutely. It is. I mean, it is like we say, chef's kiss.
Oh. Can't wait.
The trailer talks about there's a guy that's saying we need the scene is like their publicist is trying to get arrange their comeback, and he says what's going to catapult them is if one of them dies. And they do a memorial concert and they can't wrap their heads around it. And it's good.
Oh boy. I'm looking at, oh man, Bill Goldie Goldthorpe, retired career minor leaguer, the inspiration for the character Ogie Oglethorpe in Slapshot. From Thunder Bay. Oh my God. David Bruce, Tony Herkus, Thunder Bay.
Oh, I didn't know the Herkus Circus is from there.
Along with Peter Bukovic And David Bruce was one.
I know Herc lived around here for the longest time.
That's amazing. Yeah. So Thunder Bay, a lot of notable people. All right. Shout out to Thunder Bay. I have not visited Ontario, Toronto in a while. I was thinking about going back. I always loved Toronto. Love that city. Yeah. I always felt like it was a cleaner version of New York or Chicago. Right. It was always a fun, very international.
Yeah, it is.
Feel cool being there.
But there's something about it that a lot of their apartment buildings look like they're converted dorms from a 1970s Olympics. It's just kind of
might have been. Who knows?
I don't know. It's just kind of weird, but it is. I was up there. The one thing I noticed when we flew into Toronto, they were just kind of nasty in customs, trying to get in. And asked me a million questions. It's like, I felt like saying, listen, you're Canada. I don't feel like sticking around here. I'm coming in, coming out. Why are you here? What are you going to do? Why are you only staying a day? And I'm like, okay, I just got business meetings.
I just roll through and they say, why are you here? I'm like, I'm here to cover the Brewers playing the Blue Jays. Like, oh God.
Oh, well,
I feel sorry for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What type of business?
Go ahead. And then stamp my passport and I'd be off.
Here we go. Unnamed 224 with a burner phone says Spinal Tap in theaters remastered was fantastic. I did not go this weekend, but I did see the first time I saw Spinal Tap was in the theater. And I think myself and maybe two other people were the only ones laughing. Because I thought it was just absolutely hysterical. In the theater.
In the theater?
The first time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know that I need to say, I'll save it for the new one.
So Artie Pupkin is in it and
Polymer Records.
Artie Pupkin and Bonnie Fleckman.
Bonnie Fleckman.
Is it
Fran
Drescher? Was it Bonnie? No. Bobby Fleckman.
Bobby Fleckman, Polymer Records. They were with the label.
Bobby Fleckman.
877-794-1973. That is a movie I'm looking forward to. When we talked to Matt Miller on Friday, there's no way with the quality of those, as funny as those guys are, they can't make a bad movie, can they? Like
they allow
themselves to.
You know what? Maybe I didn't really get Home for Purim when they did that, but then I mean, I don't have a lot of familiarity with, Jewish traditions, so it really didn't resonate with me. But I mean, it's hard to decide which one is your favorite. I mean, Waiting for Guffman was so good. And Best in Show. And there's one called Mascots that they did that is only available on Netflix. And it's a competition of mascots from all these different colleges. And I'm trying to think of who the Irish actor is. He plays one. He's a mascot for a hockey team, and his mascot is the fist. It's just a big fist, and all he does is kick the crap out of the other mascots and drinks.
Yeah, that I might have to add that to my watch list.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Although I don't want to be a slave to KB's For You page.
No, but it's got all the usual suspects in there that you see and all. But I
believe it.
But Christopher Guest, Michael McKeon, and Harry Shearer were not in it. But it's all the Ed Begley Jr., Jane Lynch,
the usual. Yeah.
What's his name? Jonathan, whatever. The guy that hosts America Says. I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
They're all that crew. I'm looking forward to that. Not many
Mighty
movies
Wind.
I've been looking forward to. A Mighty Wind.
Mighty Wind is another one.
When we come back, we will close up shop in the Timeout Sports Lounge. We'll have one for the road for you, and we'll let you know what we're going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a packed show. In part because we got a matinee with the Brewers and the Dodgers, so at some point we might catch up with Tim Allen. Talk about that. Get ready for the evening edition of the Baseball Postgame Show. Baseball Postgame Show follows us tomorrow night. Tonight, the Baseball Pregame Show featuring Hunter Baumgart is going to follow us. So stay tuned for that on 97.3 The Game in Milwaukee and, of course, the iHeartRadio app. When we come back, one for the road, closing down the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Drew and KB statewide on The Game.
If it's good, I call it reference.
It's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. That's bank. Enter it now. TheGameandStuff.com. TheGameandStuff.com.
97 through the games. Drew Wilson here for Pep's Draft House Pizza, the official pizza of the Timeout Sports Lounge. Pep's Draft House and the Drew and KB Show is celebrating the summer of pizza. That means bigger toppings for your oven and the quality Wisconsin demands. With 15 different varieties, it's easy to find a Pep's that pairs with your favorite brew. My personal favorite is the double pepperoni Doppelbock with a double layer of sliced and diced pepperoni from edge to edge. I love to pour an IPA to go alongside it. My goodness, that hits the spot. Find Pep's Draft House in your grocer's freezer pizza section.
Hey, this is Lincoln Kennedy. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
The Brewers host the Dodgers tonight in search of a third straight win. Jacob Mizorowski will start on the mound for Milwaukee. Miles Turner, officially a member of the Bucks after signing his free agent contract Monday. Turner spent the first 10 years of his career in Indiana. Taylor Fritz is the first American to reach the Wimbledon semifinals in 7 years after a 4-set win in the quarterfinals today. I'm Seth Everett.
The Mercedes-Benz Dream Days are back with offers on vehicles like the 2025 E-Class, CLE Coupe, C-Class, and EQE Sedan. Hurry in now through July 31st. Visit your local authorized dealer or learn more at mbusa.com/dream.
The Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame welcomes the class of 2025, Mason Crosby.
This to send the Packers into the NFC Championship game. Good. The Packers are moving on. Mason Crosby, a hero for Green Bay.
Crosby spent 16 years in Green Bay, becoming one of the most accomplished kickers in NFL history.
I couldn't have done any of this without my teammates, without my family.
They're going to try a field goal from 58 yards away, 56 a career best. And it is good by Mason Crosby.
The 75th anniversary induction ceremony for the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame, presented by Network Health, will be held July 24th at the Baird Center. This year's class also includes Joe Thomas and Ernie Johnson. For more information and tickets, go to WIHallOfFame.com.
KB here. When Sue and I decided to paint the exterior of our home, the only call we made was to CertaPro Painters. They checked all our boxes. Professional, affordable, and they cared as much about how our home looks as we do. And right now, through July 31st, CertaPro Painters has a huge summer sales event going on. To schedule a free estimate for your home or business, go to CertaPro.com. That's CertaWithAC.com. When choosing a painting professional, the choice is simple. Choose happy. Choose CertaPro Painters.
Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated.
Are you struggling with stubborn weight gain during perimenopause or menopause? It's not your fault. Your changing hormones are forcing your body to store fat, no matter how little you eat or how much you exercise. But there's hope. The Milwaukee Weight Loss Proprietary Natural Program helps restore your metabolism and reset your hormonal balance so you can finally lose the weight and keep it off. No counting calories, no prepackaged meals, no injections, just real results. Join thousands of women who've discovered how to lose 10 to 20% of their body weight in just 8 weeks to feel like themselves again. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com now to schedule your free consultation.
KB here. Obviously, I don't know the weight struggles of menopause, but I do know how frustrating it is to try and lose weight and never seeing progress. Well, that is until I found Milwaukee Weight Loss. I've dropped nearly 40 pounds and show no signs of putting it back on. In fact, many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Schedule your free consultation today by calling 262-433-4008 or online at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Your results may vary.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Grab on the
Time to close up shop in the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge. Do that by telling you what's on tap for tomorrow. One thing on tap for me tomorrow, I'm going to visit my friends at Game Day Men's Health because I do that on Wednesdays. Go see my pal Abby. If you think you're not maximizing your potential, you need to go check these people out. Start by going to the website, GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Learn about the services. Find a location near you, convenient, and then just go online and book an appointment. They have several area locations with more popping up all over the place. And if you're running on fumes lately, if you find yourself having a hard time getting out of bed, hard time falling asleep, you got mental fog, just a lack of motivation in general, it's not mono, it's not boredom. It could be low testosterone. Go and get it checked at Game Day Men's Health. No obligation, a free test. Go in there and then go over the results and see if you can benefit from treatment. GameDayMen'sHealth.com is the website. Check them out early and often and tell them we sent you. It is time to close up shop. KB, what are you pouring into your solo cup and taking home from the Central Standard Distillery Timeout Sports Lounge?
Well, I am going to I'm just going to floor it all the way home for first pitch.
A
6:40 start. Come on, you can't beat that with a
6:40 start. You can just go to the ballpark. I'm thinking about stopping on the ballpark, but
I'd
like showing up at church on Christmas and Easter.
That's the thing is that I don't like doing that. I don't like showing up that way. I'm trying to think of what day it was recently. It might have been the day that Mizorowski was starting. He was pitching his first debut. But there was something that was a highlight of a day in the afternoon. And I went out there and and that's when I took Lev, the cribbage board.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you're out here for the game." I'm like, "Nope, I'm just dropping this off. Everything is, I'm not going to be that guy." And I don't know if I know that the beat slaps appreciate it and they understand the sentiment. I'm not so sure how it's received within the PR community, but I'm just being respectful.
I hear you. All right. Pipe Bomb, what are you taking home today?
That as much of a fan favorite as he was, Ryan Braun does not deserve a jersey retirement.
All right. Man,
Bomb
you're going to die on that hill.
Oh, yeah.
Bomb Squad has spoken. My take home is last night was fun. Let's hope tonight is as entertaining. I don't know if it's a 9-1 victory in the cards.
Maybe it's 12-1.
When your opponent is drowning and the Dodgers
you shove a hose down their throat.
Dodgers are scuffling. Let's see what the Miz can do against the Hall of Famer Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw's not going to be intimidating anybody, but he's still damn good. He moves it around really good. Going to be fun. Tomorrow on the program, Adam Pavlock will be with us to live the high life. We'll hear about his victory on the Knives Out Cutthroat Kitchen show. And we'll also talk to Wags about all things baseball. Tim Allen will stop by, and it's Hot Take Hump Day, too. Oh, baby, that's going to be a full show.
Big.
Hopefully, we'll be talking about a Brewers sweep.
Get a good night's sleep.
Depends on what happens tonight. Indeed, we will see you at 3 o'clock tomorrow.
Make good choices.
97.3 The Game. This is what's trending in Milwaukee now.